come in. Number 1 in the conference, a half game up on New Mexico State, 16-19 overall, but 10-2 in Western Athletic Conference play, 9-4 here at Brazel. The Vaqueros 21-19 overall, 4-8 in conference play, and right there, Jake Wong gets things started with a strikeout of Conrad McMahon, and the Lopes have one down here in the first. Wong comes into this, the Friday night guy for GCU, 2.28 ERA on the year, record of 4-2 in 9 appearances, his 10th start. 55 1/3 innings, 36 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned, walked 15, and struck out 36. Opponents hitting just a meager 188 against Jake Wong, the big right-hander on the bump for GCU. Wong, the sophomore out of Chandler, Arizona, and Hamilton High. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner to Jose Garcia. Lineup for the Vaqueros. They are 3-11 away from home, 18-8 in their home ballpark, so obviously they've struggled on the road. Conrad McMahon leading things off, had the strikeout against Wong to get this ball game going. Wong quickly to head to the number 2 batter, Jose Garcia. Joseph Collazo, the DH on deck. Austin Senior, the second baseman, will bat 4th. Ivan Estrella, the shortstop, will bat 5th. Chris Castillo, the right fielder, bats 6th. Tyler Torres, the third baseman, bats 7th. Victor Garcia Jr., the first baseman, bats 8th. And Noah Lee, the catcher, bats 9th. That one misses inside. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Garcia. We'll get you caught up on the defense after this batter as we're just underway. 1 down here. A strikeout of McMahon to get things started for Jake Wong. The 1-2 popped up. That's going to get out of play behind home plate here. Boy, Wong has been pitching extremely well. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the pregame interview I did with Coach Stankiewicz. You can find those on SoundCloud, and best way is just to follow us on Twitter at GCU_Lopes. We'll tweet that out when we put those pregame interviews up. But he talked a lot, Coach Stankiewicz did, about Jake Wong. You know, when they recruited him here, they thought he could become this type of a Friday night pitcher. Just missed. 2-2 the count. You saw the point out to the mound by the catcher, Josh Meyer. He liked that pitch, but Garcia wouldn't chase it. But they said Jake Wong's a guy they loved. His competitiveness and that strong right arm. Breaking pitch up the middle, past Mumper into center field for a base hit. So first base runner aboard for the Vaqueros, Jose Garcia at first base. That'll bring up Joseph Collazo. Let's take a look at the defense behind Jake Wong. Tyler Wyatt in left, Preston Pavlik in center, Garrison Schwartz in right. Zach Malice at third, Mark Mumper at short, Austin Bull at second, and Evans at first. Behind the dish, Josh Meyer, and good to have Preston Pavlica back playing. Pavlica, the center fielder, had missed a number of games with the broken wrist. He sustained that on a fantastic defensive play in center field at St. Mary's. Made the catch, but stayed in the game for a bit. First pitch in there, a strike to Collazo, but then had to leave the game and was out. Finally came back against Chicago State, got a couple of base hits, and Coach Stankiewicz talked about Pavlica as well in the pregame. Said, man, it's great to have the physicality of a guy like Preston back out there in center field. Taking a place tonight, at least. Throw over to first and Garcia back of Tommy LaRouge, but LaRouge is in the lineup as the designated hitter. The 0-1 pitch. Check the swing, didn't go around. Collazo now 1-1 the count. Collazo, the DH in this one, wears number 2. You see Garcia there at first base. Collazo hitting .280 on the year, 4 homers and 30 RBI. There goes a runner, swing and fouled off. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the runner Garcia heads back to first base. Had a nice jump against Jake Wong, so Jake might throw over there just to keep him close. Garcia 8 for 14 in stolen bases, so not a fantastic percentage over there. But Manny Machado, the skipper of the Vaqueros, wanted to push the action here early. Shot right back up the box, under the glove of Bull into center field. So back-to-back base hits up the middle. And the Vaqueros have something going here in the first inning with just one out. That one hit just a bit harder than the one before. So now you've got Garcia at second and Collazo at first, and Austin Senior, the right-handed hitting junior second baseman, at the plate. Senior hitting .248 on the year, 5 homers, 25 RBI. So far, the number 2 hitter, Garcia, and the number 3 hitter, Collazo, have figured out Jake Wong and taken him right back up the box. Lopes looking for a little 6-4-3 here to get out of the inning. The pitch, low and inside, ball 1. Oh, we mentioned earlier that the Lopes leading the conference 10-2, half game up on New Mexico State. Vaqueros at 4-8. Knotted at the bottom with Sac State and Seattle U, a couple teams that were picked to finish above GCU. The 1-0. Missed outside. The initial pregame or preseason poll had Seattle winning the whole thing. Then New Mexico State, then Sac State, then the Lopes, Utah Valley, Bakersfield, Vaqueros, the Bears of Northern Colorado, then Chicago State. Seattle at the bottom of the conference at a record of 4-8. Nobody saw that one coming. Missed outside, and now Wong is starting to labor a bit. 3-0 count with already runners at first and second. Just one out here under the lights at Brazel, just underway. Welcome everybody in the Phoenix area checking out the broadcast. But boy, you should probably hop in your car and get down here. It's a gorgeous night and good crowd out here for WAC play, the 3-0. Ooh, caught the outside corner. Gets the RBI. And now the first left-handed batter of the ball game for the Vaqueros, Chris Castillo. Castillo hitting .261 on the year. No homers, 19 RBI. Castillo, the right fielder in this one. In there for strike 1 from Wong. What happened? The base is loaded and just one out. If Jake could pitch his way out of this one with just one run across, Lopes would definitely take it. We talked about his 2 outings prior to Chicago State. Chicago State, things kind of came off the rails. A little chopper into the Lopes dugout. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Castillo. 3 innings pitched up in the Windy City. 6 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned, walked 2, and just struck out 1. Did have a wild pitch. I was talking to his dad prior to this game, Jake's dad, and Pete said, yeah, Jake called him and said, man, Dad, this game of baseball has a way of humbling you at times when you're feeling pretty good about yourself, and that's what happened up in Chicago. The 0-2. Foul back. Yeah, it has humbled quite a few ball players, especially pitchers. Trick is righting the ship, and Jake trying to scuffle through this first inning here with just 1 run across. The righty from the stretch. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The fist pump from Meyer, his catcher. And that was a gutsy first inning for Jake Wong. We'll see if that gets him rolling here, because he did give up the 1 run on a couple of hits. There were no errors and a couple of guys left on base, but 2 strikeouts for Wong. As we go to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Vaqueros with GCU coming up. Well, folks, you can check out GCU softball this weekend. Utah Valley is in town. Game is live now. Just finished game 1. They got the victory in game 1. The Lopes did game 2 coming up on GCU TV. So if you want to watch this game and then open up another window and watch softball, you can do that as well. Taylor Nolan got the win with the 18-7 on the year earlier today. And you can also catch the softball squad's final home game tomorrow at 5. That is Senior Day. And it looks like we've got a Is that a different pitcher on the mound? Huh. Well, we were told and we were given a lineup card that it was going to be a right-hander on the mound, number 27, Carter Johnson. And we've not gotten any notification of the change other than the fact that there is a left-hander on the mound, Josh Witherspoon, from Hoboken, New Jersey. So they're pulling the old switcheroo right out of the gate here, but it looks like it's no big deal. And Josh Witherspoon, the 6'2" junior out of Cisco College in Hoboken, New Jersey, is on the mound getting the start here, and not the aforementioned, and in the lineup we got, Carter Johnson. So Witherspoon, a 5.59 ERA, a record of 0-2. This is his 16th appearance and 4th start. In 37 innings, he's given up 39 hits, 25 runs, 23 earned. He's walked 20 and struck out 21. Giving up 3 homers, and opponents hitting .269 against him. Austin Bull to lead things off for GCU, and Bull, the switch hitter. He doesn't care who's out there throwing righty-lefty. He'll just bat right-handed in this one. First pitch in there, strike to from Witherspoon. Well, they must have made the announcement early enough to Coach Stankiewicz and to the umpiring crew. They just forgot to tell us up here in the press box. Boy, that one crossed him up. You could see the catcher was set up on the outside part of the plate. Witherspoon rushed that one up there, an inside pitch. Count goes to 1-1 on Austin Bull. Bull, the leadoff man for GCU, in .356 on the year, no homers and 10 RBI. Austin, following up a fantastic freshman campaign, taps that one foul with a stellar sophomore campaign. Bull played a little shortstop this year as they were kind of trying to figure out their middle infield, but once Mark Mumper started taking the shortstop position, Bull moved back to his normal second base spot and has thrived there as he did last year. The 1-2, inside 2-2. Austin coming off a year last year where he hit .285, played in 51 games last year as a freshman, started 45. And that is an adjustment, folks, when you come off the high school season. Play a fraction of that many games. That one pulled down the left field line, but into left. Easy fly ball in left, and there's one down. So Austin Bull flies out to left. First out of the inning. And take a look at the GCU lineup here. Tom LaRouge, the DH, bats second. Ian Evans at first base bats third. Garrison Schwartz, the cleanup man, in right field. Tyler Wyatt will bat fifth and play left. Zach Malice, the third baseman, bats sixth. Preston Pavlica back in center field, bats seventh. Josh Meyer, the catcher, bats eighth. And Mark Mumper will bat ninth. So LaRouge at the plate now. Now one misses, 1-0 the count to Tom. Tommy hitting .305, 1 homer, 14 RBI. He's been in the DH spot earlier this season as he was rehabbing that shoulder. Squares to bunt, and that one misses, 2-0. Once he was able to throw again, he started playing center field when Pavlica went down with the injury, and Preston missed 27 ball games. Kona Quiggle played some center field as well. Now LaRouge back in that DH spot with Pavlica all mended up. 3-0. Defensively, left to right. Garcia in left, McMahon in center, Castillo in right. Torres at third, Estrella at short, Senior at second, and Garcia Jr. at first. Lee behind home plate. That pitch a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike to count. So Witherspoon with the 3-1, and he walks him. So now both pitchers have walked the batter. Jake Wong's walk in the top of the frame was to load the bases. This puts the first base runner aboard for GCU in the ballgame. That'll bring up the heart of the order, Ian Evans. So LaRouge down at first. Tommy 2 for 3 in stolen bases. Evans hitting .304 on the season. 1 homer and 22 RBI. Second on the team in ribbies. Right behind Garrison Schwartz, the man on deck. Josh Witherspoon, the lefty, working out of the stretch here. And that timeout called and granted. So not sure if we'll get word on why the change from Carter Johnson as starter to Josh Witherspoon, but it is Witherspoon out there. The throw over and the runner back. Mentioned that tomorrow is senior day out at the softball stadium. Lopes got the 8-3 victory in game 1 over Utah Valley just moments ago. Complete game for Taylor Nolan. Struck out 6, 18-7 on the year for the senior. Up high, 1-0. Megan Stevens, a freshman, 3 for 4 with a run scored. Laney Gomez, Shea Smith, each 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. So Coach Pearson's squad finding their groove here down the stretch in WAC play. The 1-0 to Evans. Runner not going in the dirt, or down low at least, scooped up nicely by Noah Lee. Count goes to 2-0 though. Witherspoon getting himself in a bit of jam here. Let's see if Evans can tee off. Assuming he'd have the green light here, looking for something dead red possibly. Just a fastball. Down the pipe. The pitch. High and away. And Witherspoon struggling. Well, you wonder with that change. I mean, we got the lineup cards, a couple hours prior to the game, an hour and a half prior to the game. So the change happened in the last probably 90 minutes, and you wonder if that doesn't have some effect on Witherspoon. The young man comes to the ballpark thinking he might be pitching out of the pen or, not throwing at all, and then he's forced into action. Caught the corner, 3-1. So that can definitely be something as the coach says, hey, kid, you're out there taking the ball. Yeah, Coach Stankiewicz didn't change his lineup at all. Throw to first from what he announced as we went from a right-handed pitcher to a left-handed pitcher. I mean, Coach Stankiewicz typically has his lineup kind of goes righty-lefty anyways. He likes to do it that way until you get to the bottom third when you got 3 right-handers in a row with Pavlik, Meyer, and Mumper. LaRouge with his lead leaning, goes back. Wouldn't expect him to be running here on a 3-1 count, but the Lopes do trail at 1-0 here. A couple of base hits, singles, a walk, and the ground out produced the only run of the ball game. Garcia came in the top of the frame. Back-to-back walks. That'll bring up Garrison Schwartz. See if that gets a visit to the mound by anybody. It is. It's going to get a visit from the first baseman. Just a quick word from Garcia Jr. And now Garrison Schwartz at the plate with a couple of runners on. Schwartz leads the team in RBI with 25. He's in 246, 4 homers, but 11 doubles. Had 3 doubles in that last game up at Chicago State. And we are going to get a visit to the mound. Manny Matrana taking his time, walking out to the mound. Witherspoon waiting for him with the catcher, Noah Lee. Well, we mentioned the conference standing. New Mexico State, the best winning percentage in the conference at 8-1. But the Lopes at 10-2 lead it. Then there's a pretty significant drop there. Bakersfield at 6-6. Northern Colorado then at 4-5. Utah Valley, Chicago State, all 3 of them at 4-5. And then you got 3 teams, UTRGV, Sac State, and Seattle, all at 4-8. So you've got really, 2 teams starting to run away with this thing here. And those 2 teams will match up next weekend at New Mexico State. And the Lopes will be back to play Seattle and San Jose State and then finish out with 6 on the road. Matrana's had his say. Witherspoon ready to go. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch. Tailed away, or tailed in, I should say, but caught the corner. 0-1 the count to Garrison Schwartz. Garcia Jr. playing behind Evans down there at first, so Ian going to get a great jump here. Very tough to turn a double play off the bat. Schwartz in his junior year hit .357 in his freshman campaign, .307 last year, and has shown signs of warming up down the stretch here, but hasn't quite been able to put it together in a streak here. Consecutive games, 1-1, that one up high. Talked to Coach Stankiewicz prior to the ball game, and he said, you know, we've seen moments, we've seen points where Gary looks like he's kind of putting it together, but he said then at the end of the day, you look down and he leads the team in RBI, so it's not a great year for what we expected out of Garrison, but it's still a good year. 25 RBI, 16 extra base hits, and hitting .246 on a team that's atop the conference. The 1-1. Breaking pitch missed. Good eye. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Lopes gave up one in the top half of the frame. Base hit here would more than likely tie it with speedy runner Tom LaRouge down there at second. Witherspoon, check of the runner. The 2-1. Little flare is going to fall. LaRouge, are they going to send him? Coach Stankiewicz waves the arm. The throw to the plate, going to be tight. Safe. Boy, Lee made a great catch and a tag there, and he thought he had him. He's talking to home plate umpire Travis Reininger. Lee made a very nice tag on a great throw from the center fielder. We'll watch the replay here. The slide, and it's a good call. Got the hand in there. LaRouge put both feet past home plate and reached back as Tyler Wyatt steps in. It's 1-1. GCU ties it up on another RBI from Garrison Schwartz. Evans moves up 90 feet and stops at second. So we got a 1-1 ball game. One of the walks comes in to score to tie up the game. That's Tom LaRouge. Another walk out there at second. Fastball on a corner, strike one. Now, Tyler Wyatt has just forced himself into the starting role here. Wyatt hitting .488 in WAC play. Leads in batting average. And he has been on fire. Hitting the 5-hole here for GCU. A chance to do some real damage with 1 out and 2 on. The 0-1. Well outside, 1-1. On the season, Ty Wyatt hitting .351 with a homer and 13 RBI. He's played in 30 ball games. He started 26. Had trouble getting in the lineup early on. Played some at second base, but he is really Mr. Versatile. Played every infield position but catcher last year. Found a home in left field this year. The 1-1. Check of the runner. Evans dancing around at second. The pitch hit pretty well into center. Taking a couple steps back to make the grab is McMahon. Evans saw that throw to home. He's not going to tempt the arm and try to go to third, so Wyatt flies out to center field for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Zach Malice. So Malice at the dish. Zach, the third baseman, hitting .252 on the year, 1 homer, 14 RBI. So the fly out to center by Wyatt. Second out of the inning. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch misses away. Zach Malice played shortstop in high school. Played first base last year in his freshman campaign for GCU. Moved over to third base. He played third a couple of times last year and looked good over there, and they moved him over there exclusively this season. 2-0. Malice last year hit .301 in his freshman campaign. Played 44 ball games for GCU last year. 3 homers and 24 RBI. Hitting .252 this year. Is 1 homer, 5 doubles. Started 30 of the 32 games he's played in. In the dirt. Outside. Well outside. So the count goes 3-0. Evans down there at second. Got Garrison Schwartz down at first. Josh Witherspoon, the surprise starter for the Vaqueros, has already walked 2 in this inning. And Preston Pavlica is on deck for GCU. The pitch, and he walked him. Well, that one was close enough that Malice wanted to wait a little bit and make sure the home plate umpire didn't give one of those cursory called strikes when you got a 3-0 count. But it was a good call. It was high and tight. So now the base is loaded for Preston Pavlica. Pavlica missed 27 ball games after breaking his wrist up at St. Mary's. Just came back, played at Chicago State. Great to see him back in with GCU. Pavlica, fantastic outfielder for GCU. He made one of the best catches. A pro scout was up there that I talked to and said it was one of the best catches he's ever seen, as he ran head first into the wall at full tilt, held on to the ball up at St. Mary's and made the grab. But also a guy that they expect a lot out of. Coach Stankiewicz said that he really liked Pavlica's physicality that he plays with at the ballpark and a little bit of an attitude. Felt like they missed that a little bit. He comes up here with the bases loaded, 2 outs, a 2-out base knock here. Give the Lopes a lead. They're tied 1-1. Fastball, high and away, ball 1. Well, he might not have to do anything because Josh Witherspoon has already walked 3 in this inning and has had trouble finding the zone. Pavlica 259 on the year, no homers, 1 RBI. Has played in 8 ball games. Has started every game he's played in. Last year, played 42 ball games and started 31, 2-0. Preston out of Liberty High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hit .294 last season for the Lopes. 3 homers, 24 RBI. Came into the fall ball really wanting to win that center field spot. He did so. The 2-0 in there for a strike, 2-1. Now he's ready to go. Well, good idea by Pavlica. Not sure if Coach Stankiewicz told him to or not, but taking that, making Witherspoon throw a strike, and now he's set here. 29 pitches, 9 or 10 strikes, I should say, for Witherspoon here in this first inning, and there's already action in the bullpen for the Vaqueros. Ooh, almost hit the bull. The throw down, they got him. We'll have to look at the replay on that one. Malice a little too far off. The back pick by Lee was a fantastic throw. Put it right on the bag, and Garcia Jr. just caught it, dropped it down, tagged him on the helmet. So that ends a threat with the bases loaded. But the Lopes get 1 to tie it up. We go to the second 1-1 ball game here at Brazel. Back with more on GCU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
Learn the art of hospitality management at GCU, right in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, a top tourism market bustling with opportunity for our hospitality students. Join the student team at GCU Hotel, delivering unmatched service plus amenities like the Oasis Pool, Fitness Center, and Canyon 49 Grill. Learn golf management at GCU Championship Golf Course, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
One ball game here as we go to the second. Lopes had the bases loaded with 2 outs and a 2-1 count on Preston Pavlica. When this happened here, a great back pick by Noah Lee, and boy, tough to see there, but I tell you what, it was a fantastic throw. Put it right on the side of the bag there, the inside of the bag, and a great catch by Garcia Jr. Dropped the tag right on the helmet. The out call was made, and that ended the inning. We'll get a look here, and might have snuck that hand in there a little bit ahead of the game, but boy, I tell you, it was a fantastic throw by the catcher, and that ended the inning. So, bottom third, Torres, Garcia Jr., and Lee to face Jake Wong. Jake struggled, had the bases loaded in the first, but got out of it with a couple of strikeouts, only allowing 1 run. Fouled off by Tyler Torres, the freshman third baseman. Torres hitting .252, no homers, 12 RBI on the year. Missed inside, 1-1. Well, we say Jake Wong scuffled a bit in that first inning trying to find the plate, but did have a couple of strikeouts. Pitched himself out of a jam. Little flare, a little hopper to second. Bull's got it, fires to first, 1 up, 1 down. Those can be tricky. Never not quite sure what kind of English is going to be on that one, but Bull made a nice play, and there's 1 down here. Victor Garcia Jr. Garcia Jr., the left-handed hitting junior. And Victor hitting .215 on the year, no homers, and 12 RBI for the Vaqueros. First pitch from the righty to the lefty. Misses down low, ball 1. Wong, 32 pitches now, 21 for strikes. Through 30 in that first inning, in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Garcia Jr. That one misses. 2-1. Well, Manny Mantrana, the skipper, in his 9th season. Jordan Banfield coaching down at third base, his 2nd season out of Michigan. In there for a strike, 2-2. Coach Stankiewicz coaches third base now. The first year he's done that since he's been the skipper of GCU. Wong working quickly, swing and a miss on the high fastball. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Jake Wong, 2nd out of the inning. And now after facing 6 in the first inning, Jake settling down, a chance to get a 1, 2, 3 inning here. That'll bring him Noah Lee. So far, Lee, the biggest play of the ball game. We got a long way to go, but that back pick of Malice at first base to end the inning with the bases loaded was huge to get his pitcher as he takes that one inside. Josh Witherspoon out of the inning. Witherspoon, the surprise starter. Thought it was going to be Carter Johnson. Still no word on why it was changed to Witherspoon. 1-1 the count. It's like got action in the pin down there. Kufrovich, Austin Kufrovich warming up, number 19. The 1-1. Missed outside, 2-1. See if we can see Johnson down there in the dugout anywhere. Where's number 27? Little chopper to second. That should be the inning. Bull to Evans. 4-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nariaman reached base, so Nariaman left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 2nd, it'll be Pavlik, Amaya, and Mumper. The bottom 3rd due up to face Witherspoon if he comes back out, and it looks like he is going to. 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV20 to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up. Lopes back here at Brazel after quite a long road trip. They last had a home game in conference on April 2nd. They did come back on April 11th to play U of A, but since April 2nd, they had 2 at Arkansas, 3 at Sac State, and 3 at Chicago State with just 1 home game. So they feel like they've been gone for the last 20 days. Back here to face UTRGV this weekend. Then Kansas on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then back out on the road against New Mexico State. That's a battle for first place, and more than likely will be even after this weekend. Then at home, Seattle U. and San Jose State, May 9th and 10th, final home games of the season, and then finish out on the road at Utah Valley and at UC Davis. So Pavlik to lead things off for GCU. He was up there with the 2-1 count, just getting ready to get rolling when Malice was picked off first base to end the first inning. 1-1 ball game here at Brazel. As I mentioned, a beautiful night. If you're in town, head on out. If you're out of town, I mean, Southwest has cheap flights. You might be able to get here before the game ends. You'd definitely be able to get here for tomorrow's game. The 1-0, foul back. Look at me giving Southwest the love, and we're not even sponsored by them or anything, are we? We fly them a lot. Our team spent a lot of money on them. Missed inside. 2-1 the count to Preston Pavlika. Preston hitting .259 on the season. No homers, 1 RBI. His 9th ball game. Ooh, that one caught the inside corner. Almost caught the lead arm of Pavlika. 2-2 count. Witherspoon into the windup. Tried to go the exact same spot. Missed inside. So full count to Pavlika. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, missed inside, and he walked, and that is the 4th walk of the ball game for Josh Witherspoon, and we'll have to wait and see if Manny Matrata stays much longer with his lefty. That'll bring up Josh Meyer. Meyer, the catcher for GCU, hitting .250. This is his 12th start and 13th game played of the year. No homers, 8 RBI. We did just get word that Carter Johnson couldn't go tonight. I've tried that one on my boss before, and it didn't work out well. Did work out well for Carter Johnson. And so Josh Witherspoon decided he could go tonight. First pitch, misses ball 1. Hopefully Carter Johnson's okay. I mean, it's tough. You just asked the Lopes last year. You can ask Seattle U this year. It is tough when you lose your Friday night guy for any significant amount of time. Tough to bounce back from that. So hopefully he's okay and going to be able to go and throw over to first and Pavlik back. You know, they've got Andrew Garcia throwing tomorrow, who's 4-2. They've got Luis Acosta throwing on Sunday. So maybe if Johnson is okay, you might see him slotted in to pitch on Sunday. Throw over and Pavlika back. Doesn't even have to slide that time. Preston has yet to attempt a stolen base this season. Well, it was back on March 3rd. He caught a ball in center field. It was over his head, and he was racing back. And we're told that St. Mary's ballpark has a little bit shorter warning track, not as many steps needed to cover the ground to the wall. Missed outside 2-0. And not sure if that's the reason Pavlika didn't slow down, or he just had to go all out to catch that ball, but made a fantastic catch. As I mentioned, a pro scout that I know was up there and said it was one of the best catches he's ever seen. Crashed into the wall, stayed in, played a little bit longer, and then left the game. It was found out later he'd broken a bone in that wrist and out 27 ball games. That's going to be it. With a 2-0 count, Manny Matrata has seen enough, and he is going to go to the pen here. And it was number 19 warming up. And it's going to be Austin Douglas. So Kufervich was warming up earlier, but Austin Douglas, number 18, 6'2", 209 junior out of Canyon City, Colorado, is going to come into the ball game. So, well, their starter, Carter Johnson, couldn't go. So they pushed Josh Witherspoon into action. He gave it his best shot, but inability to find the strike zone, and Manny Matrata has seen enough. So it'll be number 18, Austin Douglas, into the ball game. Give you Douglas's numbers. I've been trying to have a long talk before he lets Douglas even warm up. Austin, a 6.95 ERA and a record of 2-1 in 14 appearances. He has yet to get a start this year. In 22 innings, 27 hits, 27 runs, 17 earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 22. Opposition hitting .303 against him, and he's given up 5 home runs on the year. So Douglas getting set here, and he'll inherit a 2-0 count to the Lopes' number 8 hole hitter, Josh Meyer, with Mumper on deck, and Austin Bull in the top of the order in the hole. As we mentioned, the only word we got was that Carter Johnson couldn't go. And that's probably not atypical. They're not going to give you a lot of news on what's wrong with the kid because, quite frankly, Vaqueros probably like the fact that we're speculating that maybe he might go Saturday or Sunday. They might push some guys back. But we'll have to wait and see how they decide to play it. For the Lopes, we pretty much know what they're going to do. Jake Wong, the Friday night guy. Jake Wong, the Friday night guy, struggled a bit. What, 2 years?
Yeah, I played in high school and was an all-state catcher, went to Central.
Gap in left center field, swing and a miss. Or it looks like that go-to pitch of 1-0. This is, of course, his third start, his fourth appearance in 10 2/3, leading off the ball game. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Sundays for GCU. So Lopes know who their pitchers are going to be. Vaqueros trying to mix and match some things here in this one. 2-0 count. New pitcher's first pitch in there for a strike. Meyer taken all the way. So first pitch by Douglas is strike, and that's got to make the Vaqueros a little happier here. Witherspoon out of the ball game. 36 pitches, only 11 strikes. The 2-1 with Pavlica on first. The throw for boy. Pavlica's first move was to second base. Don't know if you saw that. So he might have been going. He has yet to steal a base or attempt to steal in the 8 games he had played up until this point. Throw over, and that one gets away, and looks like it did that hit the umpire, knocked out into right field, and Pavlica easily takes second thought about taking third. Boy, that throw off the mark. Garcia Jr. couldn't get it. I think it might have hit the umpire, Troy Haddock out there. Let's see, that throw. Yeah, it did. It caught the first base umpire and skipped right out there into right field. See it there, right off of the right ankle. Haddock didn't rub it, though. Tough guy out there. The 2-1 up high. 3-1 the count out of Meyer. Pavlica down at second on the E1. So pressing all kind of speed on the base paths. The base hit here should give the Lopes a lead. It's knotted at 1. 4 walks by the starter, Witherspoon. The 3-1 in there for a strike, 3-2. That was a nice pitch. Not sure if that was a slider or just a good cutter moving away from the righty. Lopes were expecting a right-hander to start here. They got Witherspoon, the lefty, instead, but now, just in the second inning, they've got the righty back on the hill. 3-2 to Meyer. The pitch. Fought it off and fouled it off, staying alive. Three-two count. Once again, Austin Douglas, the new pitcher for the Vaqueros, set. Checking the runner at second. That's Pavlica. The pitch. Little chopper right side. That's going to move the runner over. That's going to be a tough play. A high bounce. The throw. Not going to get him. Drew him off the bag. An infield single. Ranging on the outfield grass, but I'll still call that an infield single. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and Mumper at the plate. Boy, that ball just chopped off of the turf and took forever to come down for the second baseman to make a play on that. Senior did the best he could, but not a chance to get Meyer, who's now down there at first. So Josh at first, Pavlica down at third, Mumper at the plate. Mumper hitting a .184, 1 homer, 11 RBI. I mean, Mumper's got 14 hits and 11 RBI. Of those 14 hits, 7 have been of the extra base variety. Mumper 6 doubles, 1 homer, 11 RBI, and 14 at bats. Or excuse me, 14 hits. Meyer takes his lead over at first. Douglas in a jam here with nobody out and runners at the corners. 1-1 ball game for the time being. First pitch to Mumper, going to bunt. Ooh, he tried to bunt one that was high and tight, and that caught a piece of the catcher, Noah Lee. The lead down now, sitting down. The trainer going to come out and see if he's okay. Didn't see where that caught him, but it was a weird pitch. It was high and tight, and Mumper, for some reason, still tried to bunt it, almost kind of fending it off as it was inside. Fouled it off, and it caught a piece of the catcher. We'll see if we can take a look here. Ooh. We'll call that the inner thigh. And we can understand why he's down for a bit here. But if you're going to catch, you got to be tough, and you got to be able to withstand some pain. And Lee now bouncing around. Smiles all around, and he's ready to go. Well, Metrana's got to be scratching his head. Boy, he shows up in Phoenix. His pitcher can't go, and he almost lost his catcher there. Lee, the junior out of Cedar Hill, Texas, and Cisco College. We saw the defense he can throw up there a little bit earlier on a fantastic throw, which is a rocket arm down to first to back pick a GCU runner and end the first inning. So all that excitement for a strike. 0-1 to Mumper, runners at the corners. 1-1 ball game. Now Douglas going to step up. We'll see if Mumper's bunting again. I mean, wasn't a squeeze of any kind. I think Coach Stankwitz, with his number 9 holder up, just thinking, hey, if I can give away an out and get 2-minute scoring position, I'll do it. We'll see if he does it again. The 0-1, not bunting, and the pitch out. And that was almost a pitch in. Lee had to reach back over the plate. 1-1 count now. Tell you, Lee jumped out for the pitch out, reached back, and actually held the pitch. Thought it might have been good enough to be called a strike. Throw over to first, and Meyer dives back. If home plate umpire had called that one a strike, the bench would have erupted, but it wasn't that far off the plate. That one in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Douglas very slow and methodical here with runners on and nobody out. The 2-1. In there for a strike, 2-2. Well, you saw Mumper kind of hitch there and thought about going for it. Decided not to and takes it as a strike. Mumper had to bide his time a bit earlier in the year, but has come in and played stellar defense. He's gotten some key base hits, as we mentioned, 11 RBI. This is his 28th game and his 26th start. He calls timeout. Mumper, the sophomore out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, Mountain Vista High. Foul back. Well, Mumper has a home run this year and a home run last year. And they were both against the Northern Colorado Bears. One at Greeley and one here at Brazel. So I think Mark likes hitting against teams from his home state. The 2-2. Blocked nicely by Lee to keep the runner, the lead run. Pavlica down there at third. So a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, nobody out. We'll see if they send Meyer down there at first. Kind of doubt if they will, with top of the order on deck. And Austin Bull taking his warm-up swings from the left side. But Coach Stankwith down there, the skipper for GCU, also coaching third base this year. Did that for a number of years over at ASU. The 3-2, throw over first. And Douglas just doesn't seem like he has any desire to come to the plate with any rapidity. He's working very slowly. More action in the pen down there. Number 21, Eddie Delgado warming up for the Vaqueros. They're already on their second pitcher, and we're not even through the second inning. The 3-2 popped up. Lee couldn't see it. He pointed up, the pitcher, Douglas did, but it was well out of play behind the screen here. So the count stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, with the amount of walks and the balls thrown and the changes to the pitchers, you're almost an hour into this ball game, and a 1-1 ball game, still no out in the bottom of the second. Inside, almost hit him, and he walked him. Second walk of the inning, 5th walk of the ball game for the Vaqueros pitching staff. And that loads the bases for the second time in his many innings. Lopes had the bases loaded last inning. Johnson got out of it. Now Lee's going to go out and have a meeting. So you got Pavlica down at third. He walked. Went to second on an error. Went to third on an infield single by Meyer, who's now down at second. And Mark Mumper is down at first. Bull flew out to left his first time up in the ballgame. He's 0 for 1. Bull hitting .353 on the season, no homers, 10 RBI. He could get at least 1 here, maybe 2. A gapper, probably get him 3. Mumper runs well, and Garcia playing off the bag, but watch out for that back pick. Into center field. Is it going to fall? McMahon coming in, going to play it on a bounce. Oh, Meyer started back. They might have a play at third. The run's going to score, but Meyer thrown out on the force out at third. Not sure what Josh was doing. He didn't go halfway, or even couldn't really go halfway down to third, but Pavlik able to come around and score. So the single by Bull produces the RBI and the run, and it is 2-1 GCU. But it's the first out of the inning. Meyer thrown out, 8-5 on the putout. Josh was in a bit of a pickle there because he really didn't want to go halfway to third base, but once he saw that ball hit the turf, he actually started back to second. Just lost his whereabouts for a few seconds and couldn't get down to third. So 1 out, runners at first and second. LaRouche at the plate. There go the runners. They start, they stop. Oh, a perfect bunt. And the pitcher, Douglas, fields it, falls, can't even make a throw, and the bases are loaded once again. So a bunt single, and the bases loaded, 2-1 GCU, and Ian Evans at the plate with just 1 out here in the second. I went in there for a strike to Evans. Evans walked his first time up. He was down at third base when the first inning ended. Mumper at third, Bull at second, LaRouche at first. Missed tying away. The 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. One-two count to Evans. Ooh, thought he had the strike out on the outside corner, didn't get the call, so Evans stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. A shot back up the middle. Mumper's going to score easily. They're going to hold up Bull, go station to station, 3-1. GCU with the lead.
Right fielder, Garrison Schwartz.
Well, Bull wanted to make sure that one fell, so he didn't get a great break on the ball, and Coach Stankiewicz held him up. So Mumper comes around to score. It's a 3-1 ball game. Base is still loaded for the RBI leader for GCU. That's Garrison Schwartz. Base hit single in the RBI for Evans. He's number 2 on the team. And now we will get another pitching change. So the Vaqueros going to go to the bullpen here. And it is going to be number 21, Eddie Delgado, the 5'11 junior out of Miami, Florida, and Broward College. Delgado going to be the 3rd pitcher of the ball game for the Vaqueros. Delgado, a 7.76 ERA. 2-2 on the year. This is his 10th appearance and his 4th out of the bullpen. In 29 innings, Delgado's given up 34 hits, 29 runs, 25 earned. He's walked 19 and struck out 26. Opposition hitting 288 against Delgado. So he is the 3rd pitcher of the ballgame, and he'll face Garrison Schwartz and Tyler Wyatt with the bases loaded. Well, that gives us time to bring in a good friend of GCU here, Tatum Sorrelman. Tatum has a fantastic web series that she does called Finding Tatum's Purpose. Tatum, thanks for coming on with us. We were going to wait and bring you on the next inning, but boy, this inning's taken about an hour and a half. You've been sitting very patiently, so we couldn't make you wait any longer. How did you get involved with this web series? When they came to you, what were your first thoughts?
Well, I originally applied for the job online, looking for something to do during the school year. And I really just, I love being on camera and doing all that sort of thing. So, being involved in this has really been a lot of fun for me.
Now, when you decided to do this, well, first tell us about the web series. If people haven't seen it and they go watch it, what is the series about? What's the idea behind it?
Well, the idea behind it is that I started GCU. I'm a freshman this year. And the whole plan is to follow me throughout my journey through college until I graduate to see what it's really like to be a student at GCU.
What did your parents and your friends say when you said, hey guys, I'm going to kind of webcast my life here for everybody to see my freshman year?
They were kind of, I don't know, it's a funny thing because, you're very excited that I can keep this. This is going to be on YouTube, so, I have this forever, so when I graduate I can still look at it, but they do get camera shy. I have to let them know if I'm
Your friends
filming.
do?
Yeah, they do.
Back underway here. First pitch slapped into left field. Going back making the grab is Garcia. Bull's going to come in to score without a throw. 4-1 ball game now. And Tatum, you're the lucky charm. Ever since you've been up here, Lopes are putting runs on the board there. 3rd run of the inning. It's a 4-1 ball game. And now Garrison Schwartz, a base hit single and a sac fly and 2 RBI. And that'll bring up Tyler Wyatt with 2 outs. Everybody else stayed put. LaRouge at second and Evans at first. So are all your friends camera shy, or any of your friends like going, hey, I might get a spin-off web series next year if I do something kind of crazy?
I don't know. I definitely think, especially with my family, if they know that I'm filming, my little brother definitely likes to be goofy around the camera because he knows.
He's not even on camera. He's being goofy right behind us.
He loves it. He's a show off.
First pitch, 1-0 to Tyler Wyatt. And first pitch to Tyler Wyatt is 1-0 count. And what's your little brother's name?
Caleb.
Caleb. Okay, I think. Oh, you can see him. You can kind of see him in the back. Take Caleb, say hi. I got my hand in front of you. Now I don't. Okay. So he's not camera shy at all.
No, he's not.
1-1 the count to Wyatt. What year is he? What grade is he in?
He is in 6th grade.
At what school?
Cheyenne Traditional School.
What if we got a spin-off web series for him at his school? Are you up for that? Web series? Caleb's all up for
I'm
it.
sure
All
he'd
right.
love it.
I don't know if Barry Butel is going to be happy with me, but I'm now become a producer for GCU TV. The 1-1 pitch to Wyatt. Misses inside, 2-1. Now, you said you applied for it, so you obviously had when you read about it, when you heard about it, you're like, man, this is something I definitely want to do. Why was that? Why was that appealing to you to do this web series?
I have done plays ever since I was in high school and when I was younger, and so I thought this was just another experience for me to, show what I like to do.
The 2-1, fouled back, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs on a 4-1 lead for GCU. Now, so the web series, do you do most of the filming yourself with the camera, the selfie stick, that type of thing? Do you have other people filming you? How does it work?
I do. I actually have a GoPro, and so whenever I'm walking around campus or doing stuff like that, I film it myself. And then if it's a bigger event, which requires, more cameras, then the GCU crew helps me out with that. So it's mainly student run.
Runners on the move and fouled back by Wyatt with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So if your friends see you coming, they know you've got yours, but if there's a bunch of people around you, they all kind of start heading for the bushes and trying to get out of the way. They don't want to be on film with you?
No, I mean, I definitely had some people try to jump in there if I'm walking around with the camera, but...
So far, it sounds like you're enjoying the experience.
I definitely am. It's been so much
How many
fun.
episodes have you got up so far?
I think there's been 15 or 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the Derek count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice play by Lee, the catcher, to chase LaRouge back to second base. Well, what's kind of lost in this is you're a freshman. Many people are just trying to get through their freshman year, let alone, do a web series. How have you enjoyed your freshman year so far here?
It's been pretty good, stressful, trying to adjust to everything.
Right.
But I'm glad that I've been able to share it with everybody else.
And are you in preparation for final exams right now? Chopper down to third. Hang on, we'll get that in a minute. The throw over to first in time for the out. So Wyatt grounds out 5-3 to end the inning. We'll keep it right here through the break. But 4-1 GCU with the lead in this one as we go to the third inning. And we're talking with Tatum Sorrellman, finding Tatum's purpose. And you were talking about your preparation freshman year. You got a lot on your plate. Tough being a freshman at GCU. And you're doing the web series. But preparation for finals, how's that going?
It's been very stressful so far, I have a couple of finals that I need to nail,
but you'll do it, right?
yeah, I should be okay.
You're calling your shot right here?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I like to see that. What are you studying and what are your plans? I mean, I know you're just a freshman, so it's a long way to go,
Yeah.
but what are you studying?
I'm a business management major, and I have a minor in marketing, so I'm hoping that I can eventually go into marketing more so with that minor.
Yeah, that's incredible. And, obviously you're a GCU student, but it sounds like everybody involved is a GCU student helping you out with this.
They are.
And how has that experience been? I mean, obviously getting to know different people and getting to meet different people. How has that experience been? Doing a lot of work yourself, but also working with other people to edit it and also having kind of your own film crew at times.
It's actually been a lot of fun because I've made a lot of really good friends from it, and I've been able to learn a lot of different aspects of the editing process as well. So I'm also getting to learn more about other ends of it, as well as making friends and having fun too.
Well, we'll keep talking with Tatum Sorrellman as we go here through the third inning. We go to the top of the third, 4-1 GCU with the lead. They got 1 in the first and now 3 in the second. And I think somebody just got thrown out of the ball game. Boy, this game gets weirder and weirder. And I'm not sure what happened there, but the home plate umpire, Travis Reininger, just walked down there and very demonstratively told somebody that he wasn't welcome anymore. Or did I miss something there? And that's the catcher, Noah Lee. And he turns around and says something else. Now he's kind of covering himself up. Well, he was right down there hollering something. And Noah Lee, very unhappy as he leaves the field here, but he is out of the ball game. So the starting pitcher couldn't go, and now the starting catcher just got kicked out of the ball game. Must have said the magic words, because it was very demonstrative by the home plate umpire, Travis Reininger, and now we're back to some action here. 0-1 count as we get started here in the third with the top of the order and Conrad McMahon. He struck out his first time up. We're also visiting with Tatum Sorrelman of Finding Tatum's Purpose. We should have this on video. This is a very crazy game here going on. 0-2 the count here. But we were chatting with you a little bit about what you're kind of doing now and your field of study. How have you enjoyed, I mean, your freshman year, obviously you just have to get a lot of basic stuff out of the way, but how have you enjoyed getting more involved in taking the classes with the Colangelo School of Business?
I've really liked it because it's interesting to be able to get further and further into my career. So I'm starting to take classes that are actually more interesting to me than just the general stuff. So I've had a lot of fun doing it.
Now, as we go back to this show, Finding Tatum's Purpose, the plan is all 4 years to follow you?
Yep.
And then when you graduate, are we going to follow you into your career? I mean, this is a lifelong thing. You've committed for the rest of your life to be followed and do a web series?
No, it's definitely all 4 years.
It's
so
4 years, okay. You committed
summer,
to all 4 years.
Yeah, all 4 years.
Summers too?
Yep.
Wow, fantastic. And what are you hoping that viewers, the 2-2 pitch here, a little chopper up the middle, Mumper ranges, kicks off of his knee into right field. And that'll be a base hit for Conrad McMahon as we start the third here. And Mumper gave it a game effort, but went into the slide and couldn't come up with it. So a base hit to lead things off. Then I bring up Jose Garcia. What I was going to ask Tatum is, what are you hoping that viewers will get from watching and viewing Finding Tatum's Purpose?
I'm really hoping that they're able to learn what it's like to be a freshman at GCU, and that the struggles and hardships that I go through, maybe they'll be able to get some information on that and learn from that and be able to better themselves.
One of the episodes I watched, you did some community service with a food truck type of thing. How did that come about? And you mentioned in there that you like to do that type of work, but how did that come about? Was that your idea? Was it the producer's idea? How did that come about?
Well, actually, my mom, I'm from Arizona, so she was telling me about how her friend, who is the owner of the food truck, does this sort of thing. And I had volunteered with them before, and I really liked doing it, so I wanted to try again.
The 1-0. In the air to center. Slicing over toward right. Pavlik on the run. Going to have to play it off the base of the wall. Fielded by Schwartz. They're going to try to score the runner. That's McMahon. Throw to the plate. Not going to be in time. And Meyer was blocking the plate a little bit early. And McMahon slid right in between his legs across home plate. Now I think they're hollering at him about blocking the plate because you're not supposed to do that. But the run comes across, and so it is a 4-2 ball game on the triple by Jose Garcia. So now the game getting a little exciting here as Joseph Collazo steps to the plate. And Garcia driving in the run, and now still nobody out, a runner on third. And Collazo got a base hit single up the middle. Garcia down at third is now 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, and he's just 90 feet away. Making this a one-run ball game. Jake Wong struggled through the top of the order, gets a strike there. In the first inning, got him 1-2-3 the bottom third in the second inning, and now had to sit a long time on the bench waiting for that second inning to come to an end, and now out there on the hill. That episode, you had a friend that went with you, right?
I did.
Did you have to con the friend? I mean, I'm sure they wanted to do community service, but when you said, hey, we're going to tape this, were they like, oh, boy?
Yeah, she was definitely a little wary about it, but, you know, she was really looking forward to doing something like that, too. And I actually hadn't seen her in a while. She's one of my friends from high school. And so that was kind of one of the incentives, like, hey, we can hang out while we're doing it. So.
There you go. You know, it's interesting. It's kind of refreshing to see a lot. Most of the youngsters these days can't wait to get their camera turned on and post stuff. So most of your friends like, hey, I don't want to be on camera. When you said that, I was a little surprised. I'm like, I thought everybody wanted to Instagram and tweet and be on camera all the time.
I know.
Well, I don't know if you can tell us any spoiler alerts, anything coming up toward the end here before you go on summer break, but we're going to follow you there too. You have any big plans?
I'm going to California at the end of the summer, that's for sure. And I'm actually getting my wisdom teeth out at the beginning of the summer. So you'll get to see all that stuff going on as well.
In for a strike, two balls and 2 strikes. So is your doc okay? Are you going to film the wisdom teeth extraction?
No, I don't think that's allowed. But
you couldn't selfie that,
no,
I don't think. But
it'll definitely be the before and after that everybody will get to see.
Well, I had my wisdom teeth pulled many, many years ago, and the things they give you as they pull them make you a little loopy. So we'll definitely have to get you on camera as soon as you come out of, as you're coming out of the anesthesia, and see that. So California, northern, southern, where are we headed?
San Diego.
Okay, that'll be great.
Yeah.
So how many will you do over the summer? Do you know?
I'm not sure yet. It's more just whenever something happens or if I have a big life event that's going on. So there's definitely going to be more than I would say 2 over the summer. That's
fantastic. And I don't know. Do we know of any other colleges doing this type of thing? I mean, I know people have web series and things, but one that's this idea, finding Tatum's purpose, that type of thing. Line shot off the glove of Bull into right center field, and another run comes across, and still with nobody out, it's a 4-3 ball game. So Collazo rips one just off the glove of Bull. That brings Garcia in to score, and the Vaqueros looked like they were kind of struggling through the first couple innings. Have already played it a couple here, make it a 1-run ball game, and the meat of the order coming up. Austin Senior walked his last time up. Collazo now 2 for 2. So the top 3 in the order for the Vaqueros right now, 5 for 6 with 3 runs scored in this ball game. Throw over, and the ball gets by Evans, but it ricochets back off the wall, and Collazo unable to go anywhere. We're talking also with Tatum Sorrelman of Finding Tatum's Purpose, and Andy Stankwitz now going to head out and have a chat with his entire infield. But, mention a little bit here, you talked about what you'd like the folks to find out about if they watch this. Do you have any ideas of some things you'd like to do over the next 3 or 4 years? Or do you just kind of go, hey, let's just kind of play it by ear, and if something comes up and we think it's worthy, we'll put it on the webcast?
There's definitely big events that we like to focus on. So when something big is happening at GCU, we definitely do that. But a lot of it is mainly if I'm going through something or something happens in my life that I think could benefit other people or that I think they'd be interested in seeing, then I go ahead and film that and we make an episode out of it.
Now, when you go to San Diego, is that a family trip? Is it a friend trip?
It is the family trip.
And Caleb's all for it, we know. He's going to be like surfing and boogie board and all that stuff as we get back underway here with nobody out and already a couple of runs across here. The number 4 letter Senior at the plate. But the rest of the family on the trip, are they kind of, maybe not?
My entire family will be there, including my dad's 6 sisters.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be great video.
Definitely.
So your dad has 6 sisters?
He does. The only boy.
That's phenomenal. Shot down the right field line. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble. Unfortunately for the Lopes, it slices foul. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. So I would imagine the sisters are going to have some they're going to be good on video, I would think, with your dad. They have that kind of relationship?
Yeah, they do. We're a very close-knit family.
That's fantastic. Well, Tatum, thanks a lot for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your story. If the folks want to follow you, if they want to see it, where do they find Finding Tatum's Purpose? I
have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Facebook, all under Tatum Sorrelman, so they can go there. And also, you can find all the videos on YouTube, GCU's YouTube, under their playlist. So.
Well, hey, congratulations. I've been able to watch a couple of them. They're fantastic.
Thank you.
I'll make sure I watch more. I definitely want to see the summer ones. I want to see Caleb, and I want to see the sisters. And I think we might have some spin-offs in the making here.
Thank you.
Thanks
very
for joining
much.
us. Tatum Sorrelman, Finding Tatum's Purpose, joining us for a bit here. And you can follow her on Twitter and just go to the GCU YouTube channel, and you can catch out all the episodes. Thanks a lot, Tatum.
Thank you so much.
That's Tatum Sorrelman, Finding Tatum's Purpose, and really a cool deal. Talking with some folks beforehand, and I don't really know of any other colleges doing anything like that. Really neat. Check it out, folks. It's a lot of fun. Short little videos that kind of document what it's like to be a freshman at Grand Canyon University. The 1-2 pitch misses outside. 2-2. Well, we were kind of cruising, not time-wise, through the ball game, but the Lopes were cruising. Put one on the board in the first, 3 in the second, and Jake Wong had just come off a 1-2-3 inning in the second, but has yet to get an out here in the third, and 2 runs already across to make it a 4-3 ball game. Collazo to lead it first, up the middle. Can they turn 2? Oh, and Mumper goes off his glove, then it's kicked by Collazo into shallow center field. Oh, Mumper was going to try to grab it and go back to the bag, I think, and try to turn 2. Was going to be very difficult to do. Looked like he just took his eye off the ball a bit. So Senior reaches on the E6. Collazo goes down to second, and now that'll bring up Ivan Estrella. Oh, and Mumper just took the eye off the ball and can't be happy about that. Just his second error in WAC play. Has played such stellar defense out there. Probably just trying to do a little too much. Actually, that's his first error in WAC play. But now Wong's going to have to really buckle down here and get himself out of this one. Mumper, you can see it right there on his face, kicking himself for that one. Estrella had a ground out that produced an RBI his first time up in the first. Base hit would tie the game here with Collazo out at second. Senior at first, not holding him on. They're going to try to bunt him into scoring position. That bunt, boy, that's a good one. Malice, the throw, did he get him just in time? What a play by Zachary Malice down there at third. Boy, it turns into just a fantastic play by the third baseman, or else it would have been a bunt single. Malice showing the glove there and getting a little word there from Mumpers. Mumps is saying, hey, thanks for picking me up there. Let's see if we can maybe get a strikeout and then throw him out here and get out of this inning. Chris Castillo at the plate. Castillo, the right fielder, struck out to end the first inning, but now you got 2 more runners in scoring position, 2 already across in this inning. Ground ball to second. It's going to tie the game. So a ground out allows the runner to come in from third. Collazo ties it up. And now both teams have scored 1 in the first. The Lopes 3 in the second. And the Vaqueros answer with 3 in the third. Now to bring up Tyler Torres. So Wong having trouble in these odd-numbered innings. Collazo comes in to score, and Senior heads down to third. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. Torres ground out to second, is only at bat in this ball game. The 1-0. Chop foul. Well, the top half of this frame started off with a bang as Noah Lee, the starting catcher of the Vaqueros, was in the dugout, said something that home plate umpire Travis Reininger didn't like, and Reininger ran him from the ballgame. That's how this inning started, and the Vaqueros got him. Their blood boiling a bit as they've scored 3 runs here. The 1-1 in the air to center. Pavlica starts back. Now he starts to coast back. Reaches up and makes the grab, and that is the inning. But 3 runs come across for the Vaqueros, and we go to the bottom of the third. Brand new ball game, a 4-4 ball game. The Spring Dance Concert Ballet to Broadway is this weekend. The Ethington Dance Ensemble will perform dances that touch upon popular culture and the American musical tradition. There will be a performance on April 21st and 22nd at 7:30. Tickets are available at gcu.edu/springdance. That's gcu.edu/springdance. Ballet to Broadway this weekend. Check it out, the 21st and the 22nd. Brand new ball game and a brand new catcher behind the dish after Noah Lee got run for the ballgame. Austin Oaks, number 26, the redshirt junior out of Fort Worth, Texas, and Fort Scott Community College. In to catch behind home plate. Well, we've had, 3 different pitchers for the Vaqueros, and now their second catcher after Noah Lee got kicked out of the ball game in the third.
Number 26, Austin Oaks.
So Austin Oaks will slot right in there in that number 9 hole. For GCU, it's going to be Malice, Pavlica, and Meyer. 6, 7, and 8. Malice walked back in the first inning and then was picked off first base by the aforementioned Noah Lee, the catcher. First time for him to face Delgado. First pitch, chopper up the middle, coming over. Unable to make the play is Senior. Malice takes a big turn, but quickly heads back to first, so a leadoff single for GCU. Lopes have scored in every inning so far. They put 1 on the board in the first, 3 in the second. Pavlica walked and scored in the second. So Preston, after missing 27 games, back in the lineup again, hitting .259 with no homers and 1 RBI. Has scored 5 runs for the Lopes this season. Bunting that one, and boy, that might have hit him. Bunted very softly off the bat. So Coach Stankiewicz, he's showing you, regardless of who's at the plate, regardless of whether they've been piling up crooked numbers, wants to move that runner over in a 4-4 ball game. Both teams 4 runs, both teams 5 hits, both teams 1 error. Lopes have left 4 on, Vaqueros have left 3 on. Same 2 teams tomorrow, and the finale on Sunday. Ooh, nice breaking pitch. Stayed inside, though. Pavlica takes the ball 1-1. GCU starting tonight atop the standings in the Western Athletic Conference play. New Mexico State a half game back. Lopes have played more games in New Mexico State, so New Mexico State's actually got a better winning percentage, but behind him by a half a game in the standings. Fouled off. GCU, their 4th year in the Western Athletic Conference. Back, I should say, in the Western Athletic Conference. Looking to win their 2nd regular season WAC title in 4 years. Little chopper left side coming in. Torres has it, 1 play, fires in time, so it wasn't a sack bunt, but it gets the runner over. But it cost Pavlica in his batting average, even though he accomplished the job he set out to do by moving the runner over to second. Can we call that a sack chop? Not affect his batting average? Josh Meyer at the plate. Speaking of affecting batting average, I mean, Boston Bull had a base hit single that had to be scored a fielder's choice because the runner got thrown out going to third. So had a couple of guys affected here, but they don't care. They want to get the runners in and get the runners across. Meyer at the plate had a base hit single his last time up. In the dirt, gets away from Oaks. Boy, big turn again at third by Malice. Malice heads back, though that was in the dirt, and Oaks unable to come up with it, so the wild pitch puts Malice, the go-ahead run, down at third. Josh, 1 for 1. On the season, he's hitting .270. No homers. Does have 8 RBI. So 10 hits on the season for Josh and 8 RBI. That went in the dirt, and Oaks really getting a workout back there. Able to block that one. Malice has to retreat. 2-0, though, the count to Josh Meyer. He got his base hit back in the second inning on a 3-2 pitch. Get you updated on the wax scores here in just a moment. Shot past the drawn in infield. Pretty early to draw in the infield, but everybody playing for the one run here is Coach Stankiewicz trying to move a runner with the bunt. Manny Machado, the skipper for the Vaqueros, bringing the infield in, and Meyer just rips it past him for his 11th hit of the year and his 9th RBI. 5-4 GCU. Meyer, 2 for 2. Malice comes in to score, and that'll bring up Mark Mumper. Mumper walked. It's only a bat here on the day. Well, Sac State's up 3-2 at Seattle in the top of the 10th. There goes the runner. Got a good jump to throw down. Going to be in plenty of time, though. Meyer, not sure if they missed something there or not, but Meyer, a sitting duck. Might have been a hit and run of some sort that Mumper might have missed, because Meyer was out by quite a bit. So second out on the caught stealing. 2-6. Oaks throws him out, and now nobody on. 2 outs. Mumper at the plate with the 1-0 count. Chopper up the middle. Is it going to get through? It will. Mumper's got his first base hit on for the second time. Top of the order, so they flip the lineup here, and Austin Bull coming up to the plate. So Sac State up 3-2 at Seattle in the 10th. New Mexico State continues its winning ways, 10-3, so they should be knotted with the Lopes atop the leaderboard. 10-3 in that ball game. Utah Valley won today at home against Chicago State 4-1. And Bakersfield is at Arizona State just across town, and they trail at 6-5 in the 4th. Throw over and Mumper back. Austin Bull, 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. Did drive in a run and did score a run. Bull hitting .350 on the nose this season. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Mumper is yet to attempt a stolen base this year. Down at first, taking his lead. Pitch out, going nowhere. 1-1. Well, Delgado gave up the run here. The Lopes have now scored in every inning. We're just, if you can believe it, in the bottom of the 3rd, about an hour and 35 minutes into this ball game here. Multiple pitching changes. We've had an ejection. We've had 9 runs come across already on 12 hits, a throw over and the runner back. We've seen quite a bit to be just in the bottom of the 3rd. Breaking pitch, gets away from the catcher. Mumper going nowhere. Well, don't forget, folks, tomorrow at, I believe it's 4 p.m., the men's volleyball squad is up in Columbus facing one of the top teams in the country. Many people think the best team in the country, Ohio State University. It's the first time the Lopes have been to the MEVA Championships, a chance to play themselves into continuing the tournament, but a tough Buckeye squad, swinging a miss on an off-speed pitch, 2-2. But go to GCULopes.com. That game's going to be televised, so you can follow the link there at 4 p.m. We'll be back here at 2 p.m. tomorrow for Game 2 of this. We might just stay as slowly as this game's going. I have to start announcing soon that the second game will start 30 minutes after the end of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mumper takes his lead, a 5-4 lead for GCU. Throw over, Mumper dives back. GCU softball got a win in Game 1 against Utah Valley. And they are up 4-1 in Game 2 in the top of the 5th. Just stayed with it, nubs it to 3rd. Torres is going to have to hustle the throw, not going to get in. Infield single for Austin Bull, and he is aboard for the second time out of 3 plate appearances. That'll bring up Tom LaRouge. LaRouge, 1 for 1, a base hit single and a walk.
Tom LaRouge.
Mumper now down to second. You see the throw, not in time. Bull able to leg it out. Boy, just a squibber that Torres really didn't have much of a play on. Actually, that's right. That's Torres down there at third. Eighth hit of the ball game for the Lopes. We are just in the third, and for Mumper and now LaRouge, their third at bats or plate appearances of the ball game. Misses down low, ball 1. Tommy the DH in this ball game. 1 for 1 with a run scored. 1-0. Strike 1, 1-1. Tom coming off that injury he sustained last season up in Seattle, diving for a ball. Hurt that shoulder, played through it, gutted through it the rest of the year, and came back this year, just limited to being a DH early on. Returned to center field duties when Pavlica went down with the injured wrist. Ground ball up the middle, past the second baseman senior. Mumper's going to come around to score. Bull's going to try to make it to third. The throw, they didn't get him. Boy, a good throw out there from the center fielder once again. Already gunned down a man at the, or almost gunned down a man at the plate. But the 2-out base knock by LaRouge, another RBI. Bull goes down to third, and it's a 6-4 ball game. GCU with the lead. So runners at the corners. Bull hustling, going first to third on that ball. LaRouge, good speed at first. See if the Lopes try to do anything tricky here. But they do have the heart of the order coming up. Evans, a base hit single and an RBI. His last time up, he walked in the first. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Evans hitting .310 on the season. 1 homer, 23 RBI. Trails only Garrison Schwartz in that category. Runner started and then stopped, fouled off 0-2. Evans an RBI in this ball game. Schwartz with a couple of RBI. Now Bull just 90 feet away. Lopes up 6-4. GCU answering the 3 that the Vaqueros put on the board in the top half of the frame. Pitch well outside. Evans wouldn't chase. Evans, a 5'11", right-handed hitting first baseman from Charter Oak High School and Gateway Community College. Hit his first career GCU home run in that Oklahoma State game on February 20th. Throw over. LaRouge back. Ian finished 2016 at Gateway hitting .403, 6th in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference. The team went 43-22. Runner going, ball gets away from the catcher. LaRouge in there safely with the stolen base. Now runners at second and third with 2 balls and 2 strikes on Evans. So Lopes pushing the action here. Stolen base by LaRouge. He's now 3 for 4 in that category. Bull staying put down there at third. Evans' team went 43-22. Made a trip to the NJCAA Division II World Series in 2016. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. No action in either bullpen. Delgado pitch. Chop foul. Ethan Ivanko taking some more baseballs out there to the home plate umpire. Ethan, number 12 there for GCU. Had a great freshman campaign. Has been hampered by injuries ever since. Hoping to get him back on the mound sooner than later. 3-2 pitch. Once again to Evans. Swing and a miss. He struck him out the high heat. Well, the Lopes get a couple back. They score 2. It's a 6-4 ball game as we go to the 4th. GCU with the lead. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV.
Hi, I'm JC. I'm a freshman here at GCU. I want to be a pastor. So I've developed this program called Weekly Words. Coming down here to GCU and seeing everything that they were doing really encouraged me to take the gospel to a contemporary outlet. This is a safe place spiritually for people to grow. I count myself a Havoc, so I'm a little crazy. Havocs are the embodiment of everything a GCU student wants to be.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
6-4 Lopes with the lead as we go to the 4th. That's right, folks. Just the 4th inning here as we're pushing up on 2 hours and pushing up on 11 o'clock for all the folks watching the ball game back in UTRGV. But GCU has scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on for the Lopes. For the Vaqueros, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 3 left on. We found out early on that the starter was scratched. Carter Johnson was supposed to start for the Vaqueros. He couldn't go. That was a quote we were given. And so they went with Josh Witherspoon. And then Austin Douglas relieved him. Eddie Delgado's their third pitcher of the night. Jake Wong has gone the distance, and it's only 3 innings in the books for Jake, but seems like he's been having very long innings in between. Garcia Jr. to lead things off here in the 4th. Long waits for Jake Wong, and we'll see how that hurts or helps the righty for GCU. Got to be happy, though. His team keeps putting runs on the board. Misses outside 2-0. Garcia Jr., Austin Oakes, the new catcher after Noah Lee got run from the ball game, and Conrad McMahon, top of the order. The 2-0. To the right side. Evans stays down on it. Gonna pitch. Could have taken himself, but makes the pitch anyways. Didn't want to be too selfish over there. 3-1 on the putout. Leadoff batter retired for the 3rd inning out of 4 innings for Jake Wong. Austin Oakes. Oakes came in as a defensive replacement in the bottom of the 3rd after the starter, Noah Lee, I guess he was just kind of yapping at the umpire. Maybe some things that carried over from the last inning. And he was hollering at the umpire a little bit. And finally, Travis Reiniger, the home plate umpire, had enough and ran him from the ball game in the 3rd. 1-1 the count to Oakes. No argument from Manny Matrana, the skipper for the Vaqueros. He just went down and told his catcher to head out and go to the clubhouse. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Tried to bunt his way on and fouled it off 2-2. We've just received word that Noah Lee is actually sitting on the bus right now. If he's got a tablet, a phone, might be watching the game here. We'll tell you, we hope to see you back playing tomorrow, and you made a great throw to back pick Zach Malice in the 1st inning. The 2-2. Fouled off. Might be able to see the game from there. The bus is just right out over the right field wall. You can see the lights on of the bus down the right field line. If he's got good eyesight, might be able to be taken in the ball game from there. The 2-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. Malice, Wong, his 4th strikeout of the ball game. First strikeout since striking out Garcia Jr. back in the 2nd. So 2 up, 2 down. Wong had a 1-2-3 inning in the second. He has struggled in odd-numbered innings, but that's because he has really struggled against the top of the order. McMahon 1 for 2 with the run scored, in there for strike one. But the top three in the order, McMahon, Garcia, and Collazo, are 5 for 6 with an RBI and 4 runs scored. All 4 runs that have scored have been the top three, trying to butt his way on 0-2. So outside of those top three, it's been fairly smooth sailing for Jake Wong. Wong, as we mentioned, coming off his worst performance of the year. Hoping it was just kind of a hiccup in everything. The 0-2. Sharply hit. There's Bull. Gobbles it up. Fires to first. Another 1-2-3 inning. There you go, Jake. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. That's the kind of speedy inning we're looking for here. 1-2-3 they go. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 6-4. Lopes with the lead. Well, folks, if you're on campus, check out GCBC for locally sourced coffee, tea, and treats. That's a Grand Canyon Beverage Company located in the Student Union, Roadrunner Apartments, and Canyon 49. GCBC, Grand Canyon Beverage Company. Lopes 1 hit away from getting their 10th. Beautiful night here. And actually, I think we were misled. I think that is Noah Lee. Yes, he's still got his shin guards on. Watching the game from atop the parking garage. He does. He still has his shin guards on up there. He took a foul ball off of the inner thigh earlier. And he's up there taking in the ball game from atop the parking garage. So we were misled that he was at the bus, but he doesn't look like he's got a tablet or that he is watching the ball game. But he was run from this one early. Austin Oaks took over. I'm sure we'll see him back, a fantastic defensive catcher for this Vaqueros squad. Lopes lead it 6-4. Garrison Schwartz leading things off here in the fourth inning. Gary, Wyatt, and Malice going after the first pitch into left center field. Left fielder coming over and making kind of a side saddle catch there. Garcia with the out, 1 pitch, 1 down for Delgado, and that'll bring up Tyler Wyatt.
Left fielder, Tyler Wyatt.
Wyatt came into this ball game as the leading hitter in Western Athletic Conference play. Ty came in with a sizzling mark in the conference, nearly hitting 500 in whack play coming in. First pitch fastball up high, ball 1. Wyatt, though, 0 for 2. Fly out to center to ground out to third. Breaking pitch nicely done by Delgado. 1-1 the count. Kudos to the GCU production staff there, finding Noah Lee, the expelled catcher for the Vaqueros, out there taking in the ball game from the top the parking garage. Fouled back, 1-2, and that was my man Swade on camera 3, able to come up with that one. Nice job, Swade. We're gonna give you a raise, man. Tell him I already approved it. The pitch, swinging and missing the ball in the dirt. Wyatt's going to try to hustle down the first. The throw in time to get him. And Ty having a tough go of it here, 0 for 3 now, and that's the second out of the inning. Well, Delgado starting to lock down a bit here. That'll bring up Zach Malice. Malice singled and scored his last time up, walked back in the first. And I tell you, we'll see a lot of folks up there taking in the ball game from atop that parking garage. It's a great view overlooking Brazel. Fastball in there for strike 1. Got a few folks other than the Vaqueros catcher out there. Some of the folks are on that very top level. We got some folks down at level right below it and down on level 2. The 0-1. Missed inside 1-1. You probably tomorrow will not see folks on that top level much with the possible 100-degree weather and the sun beating down on them. They'll be underneath in one of those levels getting shielded. Or sometimes you see folks put the tent up there and the covering. Ground ball right side. Garcia Jr.'s got it. The flip to Delgado. 1-2-3 inning. So both pitchers may be locking in a bit here. We have completed 4, 6-4 GCU with the lead. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings in the fourth there, and Wong will face Garcia, Collazo, and Senior. And those guys have really caused him trouble, but he got McMahon, the leadoff hitter, to end the fourth. We go to the fifth at 6-4 GCU. Lopes have scored in every inning but the last. They got 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 in the third. Vaqueros got 1 in the first and 3 in the third. Lopes looking for one more base hit to get over 10, but a 6-4 lead, 9 hits for the Lopes, 5 for the Vaqueros. Both teams with 1 error. Lopes have left 6 on. UTRGV has left on 3.
Batting to start the top of the 5th inning for the Vaqueros, left fielder Jose Garcia.
Through 5, it's a 4-2 lead for the softball squad over Utah Valley, looking to sweep the first 2 games of the doubleheader here. They'll play the final game tomorrow, and that will be senior day as well. Final home game of the year for the softball squad. Squaring to bunt, and boy, he offered at it, and I think that one cut in, and I don't know if he fouled it off of himself or it just hit him, but strike 1 to Jose Garcia. Garcia is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored in RBI. Has so far had a pretty nice day, to say the least, for the left fielder. Taking his time, though, before he gets back in the box here. Had a base hit single up the middle and a triple to drive in a run. Down low, 1-1. Well, New Mexico State has gone to 9-1. Lopes still sitting at 10-2. The 1-1 tried to check a swing, but went around 1-2. Bakersfield 6-6. They are playing against ASU right now, so no WAC games. And Utah Valley sitting at 500, 5-5 now. The 1-2. Chopped foul over the Lopes dugout. Boy, Wong, I mean, I don't know time-wise. He's been out there close to 2 hours now. I don't know if it's his longest, what his longest outing is from a time standpoint, but he might get close for a career outing based on number of minutes in the game. But he's only got about 77 pitches and had a 1-2-3 inning the last inning. But this is the order, part of the order that's given him a bit of trouble, a bit of grief. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Pitch to Garcia in the air. Over to his left. Pavlica makes the grab. Out number 1.
Designated hitter, Joseph Collazo.
That'll bring up Collazo, the DH. Collazo back-to-back base hit singles his first 2 times up, and he also scored a run. First pitch to Collazo, in there for strike 1. Collazo hitting .291 on the year. No homers. Actually, I'm sorry, 4 homers. I was looking at the wrong stat here. That one misses 1-1. 4 homers. Also has 5 doubles and a triple. Has scored 26 and has driven in 31. 39 hits on the season for Collazo. Misses away 2-1. Wong has retired 7 in a row. Trying to find his groove here. The 2-1. Inside corner, 2-2. The pitch pulled foul. That'll get out of play by the bullpen down there. Lopes pitchers are down there ready to get started throwing if need be. Usually head down about that time. To the dugout group down there toward the end, hanging over the railing. The 2-2. Inside almost hit him. 3-2. Well, it's been a bit of a labor here for Wong in this whole ballgame. He did have a clean 1-2-3 inning in the second and in the fourth. Got the first out here in the fifth, the 3-2. Breaking pitch, popped him up, right side, shallow, Bull going out, Schwartz coming in, calls everybody off, makes the grab for the out.
Second baseman, Austin.
So 2 up, 2 down, 8 retired in a row now for Jake Wong. That'll bring up Austin Senior. Senior walked his first time up, reached on an air in the third. Wong looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Nice off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Rushed it by him on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Senior. Repovich will get the nod tomorrow at 2 p.m. Snyder on Sunday at noon. Swing and a miss. The high heat couldn't lay off of it. Struck him out. 5th K of the ball game for Wong. 9th in a row that he has retired. And his second consecutive 1-2-3 inning, getting the congratulations as we go to the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Still the Lopes lead it 6-4, looking to pad their lead a bit here against Delgado to be the bottom third. Pavlica, Meyer, and Mumper due up for GCU. Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu. You can find everything GCU. You can get the newest apparel. You can also get the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV20 to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley Purple. Lopes up. If you're watching this game on the WAC Digital Network, don't tell anybody. Just use the code GCUTV20, even though you're a WAC Digital viewer. Still, we'll let you use the code this one time. GCUTV20, lopeshops.gcu.edu. Delgado's come in and pitched well. We had the surprise change in starters. Josh Witherspoon got the start. We thought it was going to be Carter Johnson. He couldn't go. Witherspoon went an inning and threw 36 pitches, only 11 strikes, gave way to Douglas. Douglas only threw a third of an inning. Delgado's been in there in 2 2/3. He's only given up 5 hits, a couple of runs. He struck out a couple, and he's thrown 41 pitches, but 26 have been for strikes. Chopped foul by Pavlica. So Delgado coming in and doing a nice job righting the ship. For GCU, it's been one guy, Jake Wong. Gutsy performance, 5 innings pitched, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 1 and struck out 5. He's at 92 pitches We'll see. I'd imagine he'll come out for the 6th. Little flare down the right field line, but slicing foul. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Preston Pavlica. Pavlica walked and ground out to third. He walked and scored back in the 2nd. The 0-2. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Pavlica down low, 2-2 the count. So in WAC play today, Sac State beats Seattle in 10, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Copped out of the catcher's mitt, but tagged by Oaks. So Delgado gets the strikeout. He coming off a 1-2-3 inning as well. That'll bring up Josh Meyer. So that 3-2 ball game in 10 innings. Utah Valley got a win at home over Chicago State 4-1, and we mentioned New Mexico State in Las Cruces beat Northern Colorado 10-3. Up high. Only one other game going on in Western Athletic Conference play, and that's Bakersfield at ASU. Just across town. ASU all over the runners. 12-6 in the top of the 8th. Two count to Josh. Meyer, a couple of base hit singles in this ball game. Back in the 2nd and 3rd. Pitch from Delgado. Chopper. Torres gloves it. Spins. Fires off the bag. The slide. Did he tag him? He did. Well, Meyer went feet first. Thought he might have beat that one out. But a nifty play over there at first on the tag. We'll take a look at it. Boy, that throw and the grab and the tag right on the top of the helmet just in time. Boy, that is the first baseman, Garcia Jr., bailing out his fielder for the 2nd out of the inning. Very nice play by the Vaqueros. Mumper at the plate. Mumper walked, singled, and scored a couple times. In there for strike 1. Mumper in air in this ball game, but he has really, since coming on as a starter, solidified that defense for GCU. Great range out there at shortstop. That's his natural position. 1-1 the count. The Lopes had Bull out there, which is not necessarily his natural position. Bull did a fine job at short, but Mumper at short with Bull over at 2nd, Malice at 3rd. That's a nice infield around the horn there. The 1-1. In there for a strike 1 and 2. Now if Mumper can just get the bat going a bit, hitting a $195 on the year. Going to get a lot of chances, though, the rest of the way. He has been in there and has been starting majority of the year. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Mark, this is 26 start in 28 appearances. You talk to the pitching staff, they love the fact that he's out there defensively. Gives them a lot of confidence to pitch to contact. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So now Wong and Delgado both just matching each other, setting down the opposing teams in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and a couple of strikeouts in that inning for Delgado. We have completed 5, 6-4 GCU. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
for this inning here, and Jake Wong is on the hill for this one as we go to the sixth. It's 6-4 GCU with the lead. The Lopes scored all their runs in the first 3 innings, as did UTRGV. Both pitchers have set down the sides in order in the 4th and the 5th, Delgado and Wong. So you look at Delgado, though, he's the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Vaqueros, so his pitch count is much lower. Wong at 92 pitches, 60 for strikes. He's got 16 first pitch strikes in this game. So this is what you want from your Friday night guy, is to really gut out some of those performances where he might not have his best stuff and pitch yourself into a rhythm, and he has certainly done that. Jake has retired 9 in a row, and he will face Estrella, Castillo, and Torres. First pitch is outside. Ivan Estrella hitting .264 on the season. 1 homer, 27 RBI. That one bounced up and past the catcher. 2-0. Estrella got an RBI and a ground out in the first. Had a sac bunt in the 3rd. Up high, 3-0, and now Wong, a little bit of trouble finding the plate. In there for a strike, 3-1. I asked Coach Stankiewicz, going back to the pregame interview, if he was surprised by what Jake was doing just his sophomore campaign. That pitch inside off the glove, and Meyer's going to have to grab it, but it goes as a ball 4 and a walk. Second walk of the ball game for Jake, and that breaks a streak of 9 retired in a row. That'll bring up Chris Castillo. But Coach Stankiewicz said, not really surprised necessarily. They felt like Jake was that kind of guy who could become a very good pitcher for them. Not sure, didn't know he would take over the Friday night role this soon, but Stankiewicz was very happy as that bunt goes foul. He praised former pitching coach Nathan Choate. He said he thought Nathan did a nice job of putting Jake into some starting positions where he could succeed last season, and Jake did a great job of carrying that confidence over. And he said, you pitch well, you get a couple of good outings, and the next thing you know, you start getting kind of an attitude, and not an arrogance necessarily, but a confidence. And he said you can see Jake kind of puffing up and saying, hey, I'm the Friday night guy, and beginning to pitch better and better. The 0-1. Up high, 1-1. Of course, Coach Choate moving back home to Southern California and San Diego, and of course they're having a fantastic year this year. Rich Dorman coming in as a new pitching coach and doing a great job with the staff, picking right up where Coach Choate left off. Throw over. Action in the pen. Wonder who that is down there. How many right arm submariners do we have? Do we have more than one? We have a left arm submariner, right? A little bit? Sidearm? Andrews, kind of sidearm. Almost sidearm, 3/4. Up high, 2-1. So like a 65%er? Sure. I think it's more like 53, but AJ Frank's warming up. AJ, boy. Have a year, kid. Senior campaign. And the aforementioned Rich Dorman is going to come out and have a chat with Jake Wong. Wong up around or over or near 100 pitches, and Rich going to chat with him. Coach Stankiewicz, that's an interesting thing. Everybody talking and worried about pitch counts, and rightly so. It's good to keep an eye on that stuff. But Coach Stankiewicz said, we want him to kind of pitch deep in games. I mean, your Friday night guy should want to, and you want them to pitch deep in games. So we're not afraid for Jake to go over 100 pitches as long as he looks like he's not laboring. And so far he hasn't as AJ warms up. You'd imagine they'd love to get him through this inning so they could bring AJ in to start the 7th inning clean. AJ Franks leads the WAC in ERA, 0.00. That's pretty good. I think he can do better, though. The 2-1 after the chat from the pitching coach. Throw over. Runner back. 6-4 ball game. Goose eggs on the board by both pitchers in the 4th and the 5th. Nobody out. Leadoff man aboard. That's Estrella with the walk. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Boy, that was almost as if Castillo said, I bet the pitching coach told him to get a strike over, so I'm just going to go for the downs, and came up empty. 2-ball, 2-strike count. The pitch. Ground ball, backhanded. Down to second for one. Throw back with Wong covering. Nicely done. Boy, that's a bit tougher way to do it. But the 3-6-1 double play erases the leadoff walk, and now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Tyler Torres. Boy, a great play there by the pitcher, Jake Wong, getting over there and getting a set target. And Mumper did a very nice job out there, getting the throw, collecting it, waiting for Wong to get set, and just firing a strike right to him. So the double play turned. First pitch to Torres in there for strike 1. Well, Jake had retired 9 in a row. That walk to Estrella stopped that, but after getting him on the double play, we could almost now say 11 in a row. Down low, 1-1. Yes, we could say he's faced the minimum over the last 11. That's accurate. I knew I kept Josh around for some reason. The 1-1. Swing and a miss in the dirt. 1-2. He's a wordsmith, Josh Hauser. I wouldn't go that far, Scotty Mack. The 1-2. In the air, shallow. Mumper going out. He's not going to get there. Little Texas Leaguer base hit from Torres extends the inning.
First baseman, Victor Garcia Jr.
Lopes now up 6-3 over at GCU Softball Stadium. Going to the 7th inning, that is. Victor Garcia Jr. at the plate. Made a great play over there at first base to tag Meyer out in the last inning on a throw that was off the bag. In that ball game over at Softball Stadium, Laney Gomez, 3 doubles as the designated hitter. He had Garrison Schwartz had 3 doubles in a ball game up at Chicago State as the right fielder. The 1-0. Flare, foul, coming over Malice, going to run out of room. The little runner retreats back to first base. That's Torres. Got to go to 1-1 Softball finishes out their home season tomorrow afternoon. That'll be senior day. The 1-1. Chopper foul, 1-2. Garcia Jr. hitting .211 on the season. No homers, 12 RBI. He struck out and ground out to the pitcher in this ballgame. The 1-2. Checked his swing on a pitch that just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We are in the 6th. 6-4 GCU. Clinging to that 2-run lead. Love to see him get in the dugout and tack a few on here. The pitch. Shot through the right side for a base hit. Station to station as Torres stops at second. Now we'll see if Coach Stankiewicz is down by the end of that dugout, and that might be, yep, that's going to be it for Wong. Just couldn't get out of this inning here, couldn't get that final out. You see Jake kind of smack his glove on his left hip there. Very unhappy with himself that he's getting pulled out of this ball game. But a great performance by Wong. Did not have his best stuff. Gave up 4 runs, 3 were earned. But he definitely locked down toward the end, retired 11 or 9 in a row, and 11 batters he faced retired him in the minimum there. But now has given up a couple of base hits to keep the game going, or the inning going. Couldn't get that elusive last out, so he'll go 5 2/3 and give way to A.J. Franks. A.J. Franks having a fantastic season, and Franks, no ERA in WAC play, leads the WAC. Overall, a 2.65 ERA, a record of 3-0. This will be his 22nd appearance. Boy, they just go to him over and over again, and he proves effective every time. In 37 1/3, 34 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, walked 3 and struck out 22 opposition in 248 against the Submariner. AJ having a fantastic senior campaign, has been effective in pretty much every chance he's gotten to be out on the field. So he comes in here. Wong is going to end up going 5 2/3. Not necessarily the outing that he was hoping for and looking for, but better than the 3 innings, of course, at Chicago State, and trying to get back into the swing of things and hoping to get his 5th win of the year. He's given himself that opportunity. Frank's finishing his warm-up tosses. Meyer's going to come out and chat with them. Runners at first and second, 2 outs here in the 6th. The Lopes up by 2. AJ, the senior out of Anaheim, California, Kennedy High and Santa Ana Community College. Came to the Lopes last year out of Santa Ana. Had a 2.73 ERA, a record of 2-0. A couple of saves through 26 1/3 innings. Opponents hit just 227 against him. Lopes were hoping to get AJ in the 7th and the 8th and then go to Mick Vorhoff in the 9th, but AJ's got to come in and get an out here in the 6th if he can. Austin Oakes at the plate. Oakes came in after Noah Lee, the catcher, was thrown out of the ball game for arguing with the home plate umpire. Pitch inside, almost hit him. He bends out of the way, ball 1. So you got Torres down at second and Garcia Jr. down at first. After getting a walk to start the inning and then a double play to get 2 outs, back-to-back base hit singles. Chopper, left side, foul. 1-1. Torres down at second, Garcia Jr. at first. The 1-1. Chop foul. Might have got a bit of his foot there. 1-2 to Oakes. Oakes struck out in the 4th, his only at bat of the ball game. That was against Wong. The 1-2 from AJ. Up high, back pick, throw down to first, and great throw from the knees by Meyer, but boy, dodged a bit of a bullet there as Garcia Jr. slid in, almost hit him in that knee as he slid in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Couple of runners on. Lopes up by 2. Fouled off to stay alive. Greg Wallace adjusting the defense a bit, bringing Garrison Schwartz in and right. The 2-2. And a look back to second. Torres retreats to the bag. Nobody there for the Lopes. I'd imagine it would be Bull and his responsibility to keep him tight with the righty up unless they're pitching him outside. Oakes, the number 9 hitter, top of the order coming up. And now Meyer's going to come out and have a chat with his pitcher. Well, it's the top of the order that has done all the damage. Of the 4 runs on the board, the top 3 hitters, McMahon, Garcia, and Collazo, have scored all 4 of those runs. They're on fire, 5 for 6 in their first 6 at-bats. They've cooled off since. The 2-2. Boy, missed low and inside. You could see Reininger, the home plate umpire, flinch a little bit there. Looked like he wanted to make that call. So with the full count, the runners will be off and a base hit would bring home a run. Chopped. Foul. Eludes Malice as it kicks off of the dirt. And we will do it again. Game had been cruising along after taking quite a while to get to the first 3. Delgado and Wong really locked in the 4th and 5th innings, and now trying to get that elusive last out here. Fouled off, and Oaks having a nice at bat. GCU softball has won game 2, 6-3. So they take both games of the doubleheader and win the series. Chance for the sweep tomorrow on Senior Day. The 3-2 once again to Oaks. Runner's going. Jammed him, and he fouls it off to stay alive. Nice at bat for Austin Oaks. Just staying alive. Looking ahead for GCU, they're at the top of the order in the 6th. Bull, LaRouge, and Evans. First things first, got to get Oaks and get back in the dugout with that 2-run lead. Payoff pitch once again. There go the runners, and he walked him up high. What an at-bat for Austin Oaks. Oh, man. So bases loaded now, and the top of the order in Conrad McMahon. Definitely not what the Lopes were looking for, bringing Franks in. But see if AJ can pitch himself out of this little jam here. So after a leadoff walk in this inning to Estrella, Wong induced the 3-6-1 double play, but then back-to-back base hit singles by Torres, and Wong gave way to the man you see there, A.J. Franks, and Franks now loads the bases with a walk to Austin Oaks. Conrad McMahon struck out in the first, singled in the third, and scored a run, and then ground out to second in the 4th. Chopper, a tough play. Mumper on the run, gloves it, fires on the run, and gets his man. We told you, the pitchers love it when Mumper is out there, and Mark makes the play. What a fantastic job on that chopper with the bases loaded to retire McMahon. 6-4 GCU with the lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's time again for the annual Lope Awards, Grand Canyon University's one-of-a-kind sports honors celebration. Watch the excitement live on GCU TV Monday, the 24th at 7 p.m. Jake Wong, I'm hearing, is nominated for Breakthrough Student Athlete. Also got a couple softball players, Camry Wortman, Logan Johnson nominated. Softball's up for Game of the Year against Stanford, and they're up for Team of the Year. Check it out, Lope Awards. GCU TV, Monday the 24th. I'm hearing a rumor that they're going to win one of those awards, either Game of the Year or Team of the Year. But, boy, I don't know. Been some good teams this year, right? Some good performances, some good games? No? Men's volleyball still going. What happens if men's volleyball shocks the world with a win at Ohio State? It's got to be the Game of the Year, the Match of the Year, right? We will find out on Monday. We'll find out tomorrow, too, at 4 p.m. when the men's volleyball squad faces the Ohio State University Buckeyes. Back to matters at hand here. Delgado, a couple of back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings back on the mound here as we go to the bottom of the sixth, and he'll face the top of the order. Austin Bull to lead things off. Bull hitting from the left side, the switch hitting sophomore. Austin 1 for 3 today. They're running an RBI. Drove in a run with a fielder's choice. Squares the bunt. It misses outside, ball 1. So Austin hitting .355 on the year, hitting .500 when leading off. The 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. Down low, 2-1. Repovich and Garcia tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, we'll be on GCU TV. Outside corner, 2 and 2. Wong went 5 2/3 in this one. In line for the win if the Lopes can hang on here. The 2-2 to Bull. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Caught by the catcher. So the strikeout is out number 1 of the 6th. That'll bring up Tommy LaRouge. LaRouge walked, singled, and stole a base. His single back in the 3rd drove in a run. So LaRouge having a nice play as the DH in this one. Up high, ball 1. Delgado now has retired 8 in a row. The 1-0. Fouled off, 1-1. The 1-1. In the air to left. Coming over making the grab is Garcia. And now 9 in a row retired by Delgado. 2 up, 2 down. Trying for his 3rd straight 1, 2, 3 inning. That'll bring up Ian Evans. Evans walked in the 1st. Singled in a run in the 2nd. Struck out in the 3rd. Breaking pitch up high, ball 1. Well, Witherspoon got the start at the last minute, just went 1 inning. Douglas went a 1/3 of an inning. Now Delgado, 4 1/3 innings. Just 5 hits and a couple of runs. They were both earned, but no walks and 5 Ks. Breaking pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. I tell you, Delgado really righted the ship when he came in the ball game. Done a fantastic job keeping his team in this one. The 1-1 ripped into left over the 3rd baseman's head. Evans thinking extra bases, takes a big turn, but he'll go back to first with a 2-out single. Second of the ball game for Ian. Just scorched it down the line over the head of the 3rd baseman Torres. That'll bring up Garrison Schwartz. See if the Lopes can do some damage here with a couple of outs. Gary singled in a run in the 1st, hit a sac fly to drive in a run in the 2nd, and flew out to left in the 4th. Throw over. Evans dives back safely. Evans 3 for 3 in stolen bases this season. Taking his lead, see if the Lopes want to try to swipe it back here. Their cleanup man up. Probably not. In there for strike one. Gary hitting .250 on the year. 4 homers. 27 RBI. Throw over and Evans dives back. Another throw over. Evans, not a huge lead, especially down that one. And dives back safely. Well, GCU has yet to lose a conference series this season. Why, they're atop the leaderboard. The 0-1. Not going, missed outside, 1-1. You know, when we did talk to Coach Stankiewicz on the pregame, and you can hear those, we put those on SoundCloud, and you can check them out. Also follow us, GCU_Lopes or GCU Baseball on Twitter, and tweet those out. When I talked to Coach Stankiewicz prior to the ballgame, he said that, they scuffled and they struggled early in the year. Didn't play well in non-conference. Evans back safely. After winning the series at home against Oklahoma State, they lost 3 in a row at Wichita State, lost 2 out of 3 at St. Mary's, lost 2 out of 3 at home to San Francisco, split with UNLV, lost 3 in Pepperdine, 2 against the Waves and 1 against Long Beach State. And then they split with New Mexico, but then part of the point was, hey, let's play some really tough competition and see if we can get things going in conference play, and it's worked to perfection. The 1-1. Chopper right side, that's going to get through. Evans on his horse. He's going to go first to third. Throw is going to be cut off. And you got runners at the corners. 2 outs. Second base hit of the night for Garrison Schwartz. And maybe Gary's getting hot here. Bring up Tyler Wyatt. Ty Wyatt came into the ball game very hot, in close to 500 in WAC play, but 0 for 3 in this one. Evans got things going with the 2-out single. He's over there chatting with his skipper. To finish that point with GCU, they swept Bakersfield in their first conference play. They swept Northern Colorado in their in the second conference play at home. They took 2 out of 3 at Sac State. They took 2 out of 3 at Chicago State. And here at UTRGV, they're up 6-4 here in the 6th. Wyatt swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Ty flew out to center back in the first inning, ground out to third in the second, and he struck out in the fourth. Delgado throws over. Very worried about the base runners over there. Threw over multiple times when Evans was at first, and Ian didn't really have that big of a lead. Delgado had been cruising, though, retired 9 in a row before the 2-out base knock by Evans, and then Schwartz followed that up with the base hit. Down low, 1-1. We've talked about the fact that Tyler Wyatt played every position in the infield except catcher last year, and he's played left field so far here, so we need center, right, and catcher, correct? Complete the, almost said trifecta, but it'd be like the trifecta cubed. In there for a strike, 1-2. Coach Stankiewicz raving about Ty's versatility late in games. If he needs to pinch hit for Mark Mumper, say he can always put Ty in even to play shortstop, the 1-2 and the throw over. 11 hits now on the night for GCU, 6 runs to show for it. 7 hits for the Vaqueros, 4 runs to show for it. Oh, they got Schwartz picked off now. The throw, and it gets past the shortstop. Evans comes in to score, and Garrison Schwartz moves up to second. Well, they got him in the rundown, and just a lob toss by the first baseman, Garcia. Estrella just took his eye off the ball, obviously, and it goes into left field, and it's 7-4 GCU. Boy, just a lob down there to short. And what a gift for the Lopes on that one. So it goes as an E3, and the Lopes get a freebie there and lead it by 3. 1-2 count to Wyatt. Another man in scoring position. See if Ty can tack on a run here as Gary's out there at second. Good speed and good base runner. The 1-2. 2-2. No action in the pin down there, so as we'd imagine, Franks will more than likely be out there for the the 7th for sure, maybe even the 8th, and try to get all the way to Mick Vorhoff, depending on if the Lopes can tack on any more runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, man on second. Delgado taking his time with runners on, the 2-2. Schwartz edging off the pitch, popped him up. Right around second base, second baseman. Senior makes the grab, and that is the inning. So Wyatt 0 for 4 after the pop out to second. But the Lopes, a couple of base hits with 2 outs and manufacture with runners at the corners. They pick off Schwartz and throw the ball away. GCU leads us 7-4 as we go to the 7th. Franks back on the mound for GCU. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
7-4, Lopes with the lead as we go to the top of the 7th. A.J. Franks back on the hill. 7-4 Lopes on 11 hits. The Lopes have those 7 runs, 1 error, and 7 left on base. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left on base for the Vaqueros. A.J. came into the ball game after 2 outs in the 6th inning. Back-to-back singles by Torres and Garcia. He walked Oaks to load the bases, then got a ground out. A great play by the shortstop Mark Mumper on a chopper over the mound and was able to make the grab. It'll be Garcia, Collazo, and Senior due up for the Vaqueros. Grounded foul. Jose Garcia, base hit single in the first, an RBI triple in the third, then flew out to center in the 5th. Inside, 1-1. We gave you the rundown of the scores in the WAC. Sac State won 3-2 at Seattle in 10. Utah Valley won at home 4-1 over Chicago State. New Mexico State won 10-3 at home over UNC. That win by New Mexico State brings them even with GCU. Lopes entered up a half game in the standings. Mexico State still has 3 more to play to have the same number of games. Bakersfield at ASU. Devils win that one, fouled back 2-2. 12-6. Max Carter gets the loss in that one. Two count, the pitch missed outside. 3-2. So Frank's struggling to find the plate a bit. We mentioned that the women's softball team got the win 6-3 in Game 2 of that doubleheader, so they take both games from Utah Valley. Chop foul. Taylor Nolan senior got the win in Game 1. He goes to 18-7 on the year. Brown Aguilar Bocage gets the victory and goes to 10-4 in Game 2. Three-two pitch. AJ always working out of the stretch, even when he starts a fresh inning, and he walked him. Well, Wong didn't have his best stuff tonight and gutted through it. AJ doesn't seem to have his best stuff. He's faced now 3 batters and walked 2 of them. The leadoff man aboard, and Joseph Collazo at the plate. Throw over. Runner back. This is a 7-4 ball game, so Vaqueros might try something here. Collazo, back-to-back singles in the first and the third. The one in the third produced an RBI in there for strike 1 on the inside corner, and then he flew out to right in the 5th inning. So Collazo 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Another throw over in the runner's back. Frank's being very cautious with Garcia. Jose Garcia 8 for 14 in stolen bases on the season. Definitely a threat to run. Don't know if they'll do it here down 3. Not running, square into bunt. Missed inside, 1-1. I think they got a few guys going down to the bullpen for the Vaqueros. Nobody throwing right now. Garcia takes his lead. The pitch. Check to swing in there for a strike in the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Joseph Collazo. The DH in this one. Redshirt senior. The 1-2 from AJ. Up high. Meyer wanted it. Tried to frame it in the top of that zone, but no such luck. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia moving around over there at first like he wants to go somewhere. Not going. Little chopper. Has to play it on a hop. Mumper's got 1 play. Throws it over to first. Gets the out. Garcia takes second with 1 down. Well, Mark thought about charging that. Would have had only 1 play had he charged it because he would have been throwing across his body to try to get to second. Decided just to wait for the good hop. Knew he had time with the arm, and didn't look like Collazo got out of the box very rapidly. Senior at the plate. Austin Senior walked in the first, reached on an error in the third, struck out in the 5th. Frank's missing inside. Hit sharply to the right. Bulls got it. For the out to first. Runner moves up to third. So 2 down. Ivan Estrella at the plate. It's been that third out has been fairly elusive for both teams. Wong couldn't get that third out in the 5th inning, or 6th inning, I should say, and cost him. Didn't get to complete the frame. Delgado couldn't get an elusive third out in the 6th inning, and Lopes scored a run off it. Estrella, backhanded on the grass. Mumper, the long throw for the out. Boy, that ball looked like it played them a bit, backtracking, able to use the quick hands to make the grab, and then the strong arm for the out. Nice playing. We've seen 3 or 4 by Mark Mumper. Stretch time here. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 7-4. GCU with the lead. Well, anyone on campus tomorrow, hey, I'm going to be on campus tomorrow. Anyone on campus tomorrow is invited to brunch at the beach. Be there for free coffee and donuts from the Grand Canyon Beverage Company while beach volleyball takes on Grossmont at 9 a.m. A 9 a.m. beach volleyball matchup. But, boy, you get free donuts and free coffee by Grand Canyon Beverage Company. I think I might be there for that. We got a game at 2 o'clock, though, so. But check it out. Beach volleyball. 9 and 11, two beach volleyball matches, and it's senior day, right, for beach volleyball. Number 10 in the country, beach volleyball. Top-ranked, one of the top-ranked squads in the country. What could be better? Some beach volleyball before it gets too blazing hot with free coffee and donuts. Nothing says beach volleyball like free coffee and donuts. I always think donuts when I watch beach volleyball. Bottom of the 7th, 7-4 GCU with the lead. Malice to lead things off for the Lopes, and Pavlica and Meyer. First pitch to Malice from Delgado. To short. Going to be a tough play. The long throw, not nearly in time. Infield single for Malice. Leadoff runner aboard for GCU. For Zach, 3rd time on base, his 2nd base hit. Well, really nothing that the shortstop Estrella could do on that one. Not even a chance. And Pavlik at the plate. Lopes up by 3, 7-4. That's her 12th hit of the night. We'll see if Coach Stankiewicz has Pavlik a bunting here, maybe a little hit and run, try to get something going. Now the catcher, Oaks, is going to come out and go through some signs to the infield of what they want to do. They are expecting a bunt, possibly. Delgado might be tiring here. 74 pitches in relief. Not bunting, and the first pitch misses, ball 1. Pavlica walked and scored in the 2nd. Ground out to 3rd in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th. Delgado pitching a whale of the game, coming on in relief. Malice chased back. Now Delgado 4 2/3. 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He's walked no one and struck out 5. And after Witherspoon and Douglas struggled, Manny Machado was just looking for somebody to right the ship, and Delgado's done that. Pitch to Pavlica. Ripped by Pavlica. Pretty deep. Traveling. Is it going to get up? It's going to get up. It's going to get out. Pavlica rips one over the scoreboard in left. Boy, that ball just continued to carry, and Pavlica's got the 2-run homer. 9-4 GCU. I thought that was going to be bouncing off the wall, but boy, did he scold that one. It just continued to rise. Put the backspin on it and let it carry out over the scoreboard. So a base hit single, infield single, and then a 2-run shot from Preston Pavlica. It's his first home run of the year for GCU. Meyer at the plate. Boy, Pavlica all smiles there in the dugout, and why not? Knew he hit it well, but boy, it sure looked like that ball was going to be bouncing off a wall. Put the backspin on it, it carried. Ripped down to 3rd. Torres has it. Over to 1st for the first out of the inning. Pavlica had 3 homers last year, so picks up his 4th home run of his GCU career. Meyer with the ground out. That'll bring up Mark Mumper. I talked to Coach Stankiewicz. He said it's definitely good to have Pavlica back, especially when he's doing stuff like that. In the air to right. Castillo starts in, stops, and then comes in to make the grab. So after the 2-run homer to make it a 9-4 ball game, a ground out to third, and then a fly out to right. Top of the order, Austin Bull. This will be Bull's 5th at-bat of the ball game, and we're in the 7th. Bull flew out to left, reached on a fielder's choice that produced a run in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, and struck out in the 6th. Up high, ball 1. Action in the pen for the Vaqueros down there. Number 39, Andrew Padron. No action in the Lopes pin. Looks like they're going to have Franks pitch the 8th in there for a strike 1-1. And imagine that's how they drew it up. There's Padron warming up. Andrew, all smiles. Getting a chance to get loose. Ground ball to short. Estrella's got it over to first, and that is the inning. But the Lopes, a leadoff single by Malice, a 2-run bomb by Preston Pavlica. 9-4 GCU with the lead as we go to the 8th. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
I'm Taylor. I'm a senior here at GCU and I'm studying marketing. Moving on campus is one of the best decisions ever. Being an RA has given me a lot of experience that I think I can carry on through the rest of my life. Throughout my time here at GCU, I've needed $20,000 worth of assistance, but through my on-campus position and the multiple scholarships, I've been able to earn the money each year to pay that back, so by the time I walk across the stage, I'll have no debt.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
A.J. Franks starts the 8th with a 9-4 lead. Wong went 5 2/3. He's on the hook for the win. 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5 through 111 pitches, did Jake Wong. Franks came in. Right now he's sitting at 1 1/3 innings with 26 pitches, and he struggled a bit, has walked 2 and struck out none, but they've yet to touch him here. The 2-run homer by Pavlica in the bottom of the 7th extends the lead for the Lopes, and they're up 9-4. AJ will face Castillo, Torres, and Garcia Jr. Chris Castillo 0 for 3, strikeout, a ground out the producer run in the 3rd, and then grounded to the 3-6-1 double play in the 6th. First pitch, strike 1. Same 2 teams tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Andrew Garcia slated to start for the Vaqueros. Jake Repovich for the Lopes. The 0-1. Center field. Pavlica runs it down for the out. So AJ now has retired 4 in a row. And he's retired 5 of the 7 he's faced. The only guys to reach against him, the walk to Oaks and the walk to Garcia. Tyler Torres. Inside, ball 1. So if AJ can stay away from the walks, very effective. Torres had a ground out to second, a fly out to center, and singled his last time up in the 6th. Got all the way to third base before he was stranded. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Torres was the guy who got the base hit off of Wong right after Jake got the 3-6-1 double play in the 6th. Garcia Jr. got a base hit right after Torres. He's the man on deck, and that spelled the end of Jake Wong. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strike to count. Repovich to start tomorrow. 4.19 ERA, a record of 4-3. Garcia, 3.71 ERA, record of 4-2. Garcia out of Peoria, Arizona. Ooh, that one fouled off a late swing. Hits a screen in front of his own bench down the first base line. The 1-2. Frank's ready to go. Outside wouldn't chase it 2-2. Andrew Garcia played at Paradise Valley Community College, hometown Peoria, Arizona. Chopper off the plate. AJ's got it. Turns, fires in time. Nifty play by the sidearm slinger. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Victor Garcia Jr. Singled his last time up. Prior to that, a strikeout victim and a ground out to the first baseman. He's 1 for 3 against Wong. First time he will face AJ Franks. Outside, ball 1. Well, in MLB, Diamondbacks all over the Dodgers, 13-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Inside almost hit him, 2-0. Hopefully, Goldschmidt and Lamb have done a lot because I got them on my fantasy team. With the bats have been alive for the Diamondbacks early, and now they're starting to get some decent pitching as well. The 2-0. In there for a strike 2-1. Greinke had a fantastic outing, just gave up the home run and lost the ball game. My producer keeps chatting, and he just said Robbie Ray, Cy Young. I might have to cut him off. I'm not sure what's going on down there. In there for a strike 2-2, although Robbie Ray has been pitching very well. A lot of strikeouts. Fouled back. So the Colorado Rockies in Friday night's ball game against the San Francisco Giants in the 4th inning, they had an historic inning there. Tell you about it in a minute. The 2-2. Missed outside 3-2. Trevor Story hit a grand slam, and Charlie Blackmon hit an inside the park homer. Quite a night for the Rockies. In the air to left, coming in, now going back, now stopping and making the grab is Wyatt. 9-4 your score as we go to the bottom of the 8th. GCU on top of the Vaqueros here at Brazel. Join Mercy Me for a night of praise and worship as they bring their 2017 Lifer Tour to GCU Arena tomorrow night. Introducing songs from their new album, Lifer, the multi-award-winning band will also play some of their greatest hits for a special night of music that you will not want to miss. They'll be joined by Hawk Nelson and Micah Tyler. Get your tickets at gcuarena.com. Happy times in the dugout for the Lopes. GCU jumped out to the lead after tying up UTRGV 1-1 in the bottom of the first. They held the Vaqueros scoreless in the second, then scored 3 in the third. Vaqueros answered with 3 in the second. Vaqueros answered with 3 in the top of the third, and the Lopes scored 2 to take the lead for good. They packed on 1 in the sixth and 2 in the seventh on the 2-run shot by Preston Pavlica, and the Lopes lead at 9-4 going to the bottom of the 8th. 9-4 Lopes. 13 hits for GCU, 7 for the Vaqueros. Both teams have left 7 on, and it will be Tom LaRouge, Ian Evans, Garrison Schwartz for the skipper Andy Stankiewicz squad. Coach Stankiewicz putting together a very tough non-conference schedule, playing Wichita State, St. Mary's on the road, at Pepperdine and Long Beach State, at New Mexico. Played at Arizona, at Arkansas, and it's paying dividends in WAC play here. In there for strike 1 in the outside corner. Well, they needed Delgado to come in and give him some innings, and he's done just that. But the bats have gone silent since the third for the Vaqueros. Up high, 1-1. LaRouge walked in the first, singled in the second, drove in a run on a single in the third, and flew out to left in the sixth. 1-2. Missed inside. 2-2 the count. In the air to center. McMahon moves over toward right. Camps makes the grab for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Ian Evans. Evans walked. And a couple of base hit singles and a strikeout. Evans had a base hit to drive in a run in the second, and then singled and scored in the sixth. Evans scored on that botched rundown after they picked off Garrison Schwartz. A bad throw by the first baseman. Went into right center field, and Evans scampered home. Not this time, as he's throwing out a little squibber out to second. Garrison Schwartz at the plate, the cleanup batter for GCU. Garrison a walk, an RBI single, a strikeout, and a single. It's Gary 2 for 3 with a couple of RBI. 0-1 the count. Garrison pushes batting average up to 256. The preseason WAC Player of the Year. Sometimes that comes with a little bit of pressure. And Garrison off to a slow start, trying to get things going. Lopes finish out the season. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on an outside pitch. 1-2. $18 games left after this one for GCU. Mick Vorhoff warming in the bullpen for the Lopes. Flared out the left side and foul. So that's how Coach Stankiewicz wanted it to go. He wanted to get another out from Wong, but pushed Franks one more third of an inning, and now Vorhoff out there getting loose. Looks to come in the ninth. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Oaks fires it to first in a 1-2-3 inning for Delgado, who's pitched great beside that two-run homer from Pavlica in the seventh. The Lopes go down 1-2-3. They lead it 9-4. Won't be a save situation, but Vorhoff coming in to close it out and get Jake Wong his 5th win of the season. We'll be back with the 9th right after this. This is Lopes Baseball on GCU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
There's an exciting new destination for food, fun, and relaxation in the heart of Phoenix. Come to GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain hands-on workplace experience and deliver unmatched service right alongside the staff. Enjoy beautiful amenities like the resort-style pool and full-service fitness center. From the gaming lawn and patio to the artisanal coffee and teas of GCBC, you'll never want to leave. Room rate $79 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com to book your visit today.
Mick Vorhoff, number 1 on the mound to try to close things out for the Lopes. 9-4 GCU leads it. Jake Wong in line for his 5th win of the season. Vorhoff a 5.03 ERA, a record of 1-3. This is his 17th appearance. He does have 4 saves. This, of course, not a save situation. In 19 2/3, he's given up 20 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, walked 5, and struck out 18. Opposition in 260 against Mick. He's given up 3 home runs. He'll start off with a pinch hitter. So Victor Garcia Jr. looks like his evening is done. And Anthony Gomez, the freshman out of Pembroke Pines, Florida, will come up to bat. Actually, he's going to hit for Oaks. Garcia's Jr.'s night might be done, but he made the last out of the 8th inning. So Oaks, the backup catcher, gives way to the pinch hitter, Anthony Gomez. Gomez hitting .295 on the year. He's got 61 at bats, 18 hits, no homers, 5 RBI. So Gomez going to lead off here, and then it'll be the top of the order. Gomez, then McMahon, and Garcia. This ball game, 3 hours and 8 minutes old, so Hope's looking for Voroff just to mow him down 1, 2, 3 and get out of here. First pitch misses down, low ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Lopes have had some long ones here. Little chopper. Meyer tried to reach over and grab the ball and jump over the line, but home plate umpire wasn't going for it. 1 ball, 2 strike to count. So a 3 hour and 30-minute ball game at home against Arizona, and 3:32 on the road at Arkansas. The 1-2 to the pinch hitter Gomez. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There you go, Mick. Got a 5-run lead. Just come in and start throwing strikes. Top of the order, Conrad McMahon. McMahon started out with a strikeout, then had a base hit in the 3rd and scored a run, and ground out to 2nd and a ground out to short. This is his 5th at bat. Don't forget, we'll talk to the coach, Andy Stankiewicz, and put that interview up for you, the post game on SoundCloud. Best way to access it is we'll have the links in the post-game wrap-up story on GCULopes.com, and also GCU Baseball, at GCU Baseball on Twitter. The 2-0. Oh, and he hit him. Okay, the strikeout was good. The hit batter, not so hot. I'll bring up Jose Garcia. Well, maybe Mick just wanted to get a man on so he can get a little 4-6-3 double play and get out of here. In an interesting ball game, a long ball game. Thought Carter Johnson was going to throw. He got pulled at the last minute. Just we were told he couldn't go, so Josh Witherspoon got the start. He's on the hook for his 3rd loss of the year. Fouled back. Actually, that might not be true. I think they tied it up in the 3rd, right? I think Delgado might be on the hook for the loss here. I'll get my guys on it here. 0-1 count to Garcia. Throw over, and McMahon dives back safely. Jose Garcia, base hit single in the 1st, an RBI triple in the 3rd, a fly out to center in the 5th, and walked in the 7th. So Delgado is on the hook for the loss. He'd go to 2 and 3, and probably their most effective pitcher, but he'd get the loss. Ripped into left center. Pavlica runs it down easily, and the Vaqueros are down to their final out. Joseph Collazo at the plate. Collazo, the DH. So Delgado, who pitched more effectively than any other pitcher for the Vaqueros, will get the loss and go to 2 and 3 if this holds. Jake Wong will get the win and go to 5 and 2. Hopes will have a chance to win another series on a Saturday. First things first, they got to get Collazo. Collazo, a tough hitter in .287 on the season. The DH takes strike 1 down low. The way he bent back after that call, you could tell he didn't like it too much. Vorhoff, the 0-1. Defensive indifference. And McMahon takes second. One on one to count to Collazo. A couple of singles and a couple of fly and ground out for Collazo. 2 for 4 with the run and a ribby. Boroff's going to step off here. The pitch. 2-1. Next guy is signed and ready to go. Popped up. That should do it. Coming in. Who's going to call it? Malice does. Malice makes the grab. And that is the ball game. GCU gets their 17th win and their 11th in conference play. 9-4 your final. Jake Wong gets the victory. He goes to 5-2. Eddie Delgado gets the loss. He goes to 2-3. No save in this one. Lopes now 17-19 on the year. 11-2 in conference play and a half game up on New Mexico State. The Vaqueros 21-20 and 4-9 in conference play. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., Andrew Garcia versus Jake Repovich. Don't forget, you can hear our post-game interviews with Coach Stankiewicz and a player. Just follow us on Twitter at GCU_Lopes, at GCU Baseball, and read the post-game write-up on GCULopes.com. Thanks a lot for tuning in. As I mentioned, we'll be back for more baseball tomorrow at 2 p.m. here on GCU TV. Follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to your YouTube channel, youtube.com/GCU. Thanks to Swade, Scott, Amber, Alex, and Scotty Mack running everything. And we appreciate you tuning in. We will see you tomorrow at 2. Have a great night. Go Lopes.